Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and yeah, welcome to another Hangout stream. Just going to play some Mario Party Superstars while I wait for some guests if they might come. I know it's a Sunday night, but still, I mean, I got nothing else better to do, honestly. And work was kind of a killer today for me, so I just wanted to do a Hangout. Just want to hang out, chat with you guys, maybe hopefully chat with some people. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Got her? There we go. Any watch long plans for November? No idea. Might plan to do seconds because Michael wants to do that one. He wants me to see it with him. I would like to do the Crow, the original Crow. I would like to do a watch along with the original Crow since, it's 30 years old and I don't want to let that one slide. Because I love that movie so much. Come on. Mr. Atkins, what's up? Movie Buff Grant. Come on. Come on. I'm trying to get the goal. Yes! Had to do a little bounce trick. Right there, you won 2-0. I don't know why I still have the instruction screen on. I really don't know why I do. Hold on. I know what to do. I know how to fix this. There, got it. Sorry, guys. Okay. Sorry, I felt something. I thought it was a bug. Okay, let's see. Oh, almost got it in the hole, dude. It was right on the corner. It was right on the corner, dude. Let's try that again. Oh, cool. I got to go first. That never usually happens. Yes. All in one, baby. Hell yeah. Hmm. Sorry, I was trying to look at something on my shelf. I just feel like something was off or something. Like, I don't know what it is, but. All right, let's put a look away. Really, you idiots? Oh, God, now it's all counting on me. No! Thank God. Oh, that was close. Here we go. Okay, two more. Yes! Gotta try to trick the computer player. Okay, we're cooking now, so let's continue. Ice rink risk. Oh, God. Gotta watch out for those little spiny dudes. Oh, there's two. Dang it! Oh, again, sorry, guys. I don't know why I keep looking at my shelf like this. Okay, hold on. Like, I really don't know why I keep looking at my shelf like that. I just. Because actually, I actually have my whole stack of my Criterion collection here. I'll show it off when a guest pops in. But I have a feeling or something that I might be missing one. Because I was getting it set up for later for tonight, for tonight's hangout. I honestly did think I was missing one. I knew I was missing one. There we go. Now back. Wow, Luigi didn't even try. What? Okay, now we're gonna switch. I want to continue this game and actually switch roles. Okay, so Daisy is the one player now, and then after this we'll have Waluigi be the one player, and then I'll be the one player. Oh. There we go. Good job. Okay, I'm still safe. Wow. She didn't even get any of us. That kind of amazes me. I ain't gonna lie to you. That actually kind of amazes me. At least Waluigi tried. Alright, let's keep going. Okay, turn like this. Go back. Don't want to get hit. Let's go, Luigi. Oh, that was close. Yes. Dude, Waluigi went for it, dude. What's going on, Grant? How's it going? Okay. Now me as the one player. Let's go. Got one. I am the champion. All right, let's go to the next game. What are we playing? Speed hockey. Okay, I love this. Yeah. Scored on themselves again. Dang it, I scored on myself. They didn't even try. That's so funny to me. Seriously, man. That's so funny. Okay. Wait, what's this one called? It's called Tread Carefully, even though I know in the actual Mario Party 2 it was called Shell Shocked. Didn't even get hit. Didn't even lose one. Okay. Let's mock again. Go, Daisy. Let's go. Yeah. There we go. Yes. Got one. Oh, nice. Good job, Daisy. This is when you notice that your teammate is actually being quite a bit of a help. 4-0. Oh, crap. Dang it. Luke Irvin is in the chat. What's going on, man? Says, hey, Luke, how's your Sunday going? It's been pretty good. Even though work was a kicker, dude. Work was a kicker. Again, the upside to it, got off around 2:30. Even though when I got done with work today, I wanted to go home and nap, dude. Like, I actually really wanted to go home. But you know what? I'm home, and I'm happy to be here with you guys chatting about movies and games, whatever you guys want to talk about. So, yeah. Thank you for being here. What do you do for work? I am a dietary aide at a nursing home called South Shore Care Center. I am a dietary aide, one of two, actually. So I'm the one that most of the time I am doing dishes, which I basically most of the time will run dishes through a wash machine or the dishwasher, I should say. That's most of what I do. But you know what? Not going to complain. Won't happen this time, Eddie. I promise. It won't happen this time. This is a hangout night, and if I ever feel like I really am getting tired, I will call it. But it won't happen this time, I promise. In case you guys know what he was referring to, it was for my stream of the watch along of Late Night with the Devil. I did accidentally fall asleep. But one thing I can say though is I had a long day at work. Man, it did not help. I almost called it because of the fact that I had such a long day. But I stuck it through even though I did fall asleep. I was getting calls from people saying that I did fall asleep, but I left a community post to apologize about that because that's the first time that's happened and I didn't want that to affect you guys. So again, in case if anybody has not read the community post, I deeply apologize for what happened. But anyways, let's continue. Tiana's here. What's going on? It says, hey, Luke, hope you're having a great Sunday. Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it, Tiana, and I hope you are also having a great Sunday as well. And Mr. Irvin, if you would like to come on to the stream, man, let me know because I can send you the link. I mean, that can be the same for anybody. If anybody wants to join in on the stream to chat, just say so in the comments, and I will I'll put out the link. You can put out the link in the chat or anything else. Dang it! Sorry about that. I'm playing a game at the same time as I'm chatting with you guys. So, and if my voice may sound different, I apologize. I'm not getting over a cold or anything. I'm just talking like this. It's just in case if anybody was wondering that. Okay, so hold on one sec. Let me send the link to here. Give me 1 second, everybody. One second. Oh, there he is.
What up?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Doing well.
Not much, man. How's it going? About to say. Oh,
Testing this. I've used StreamYard before, but
I don't know how it's delaying, but I mean, I think it's coming through fine for me.
no, I'm getting like bad delay.
Never had that happen before. Okay, maybe I might have had that happen, but doesn't usually happen. Here. Let me 1 second.
All right. I bet you I know what it was. Probably doubling this.
It might be. Am I moving at a correct pace? What am I doing here?
Yeah. So you've already I think because I had both windows open. I think that's what it was. Because you're always moving at the right pace, but I was hearing audio and then I was hearing like the same audio right after. So it was probably just a mishap on my end. Apologies there.
Nah, man, you're good.
I've used StreamYard numerous times. I was like, I've never encountered that before. It was just so weird because it gives it that delay feeling, but whatever.
It is what it is. I mean,
Yeah,
StreamYard has its glitches. Like we've all been through that. So
yeah, yeah.
like I think like my audio was coming through at one point. I think it was when I was doing well, what watch along was it? I think it was for Jackass Forever, I think. Um when I was doing that one. It
Hmm.
the audio was coming out fine, but my screen was frozen.
Mm.
Like it kept doing like constant changes and I was like, what the hell's going on here? Like
Technology.
you gotta love it, am I right?
I mean, my career is based around technology, so I do love it.
I mean, isn't that what YouTubers are based around is technology here?
Most part, yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, how are you doing today, man?
Making it. Just wrapping up the week.
Yeah.
Or getting ready for this new week.
Another fun-filled week of work for me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'll make it through. It's just I'm kind of bummed I'm not going to be able to go see Heretic in the movie theater because that's actually the film I'm looking forward to this weekend is Heretic.
Mm. Yeah, I was bummed. Like, so I'm based in Arkansas, and it's tough for us because there's quite a few screenings we won't get here. So it's like I hate seeing like so many people have already seen like Anora and Heretic and Juror Number Two, and
Yeah.
I, like most, I don't even think Cinemark is getting Anora here. I think AMC is, but was trying to find it, but our Cinemarks don't update until like the week of, so I've got to wait until at least I know when AMC is getting it, so I'll have to check.
I mean, my theater kind of does the same thing, even though they've already got like tickets up for the best Christmas pageant ever, which is that
Yeah,
new
yeah,
Christmas movie.
right.
If they want to get rid of something else, then go for it. At least give me Heretic or Anora,
Hmm. Yeah,
because those are the two films that it's like I really, really want to go watch those in theaters.
yeah, yeah. I should be able to catch them both. Like the big thing is like what at least for this year, my local theater is always a week behind. So I've got to drive
Right.
30 minutes if I want to get like a Thursday screening of something. And then of course I'll see like the very next week my local theater will have it.
Boy, that's a shame.
Yeah,
But
it's annoying. It's either that or like a third of the movies will never make it to my local theater. So I'll just, have to plan
yeah.
my schedule around.
How many screens does your local theater have, if I may ask?
So here we've got a Cinemark. Like how many screens are in there?
Yeah.
Quite a few. We've got one XD screen, and then I think there's 12 other, so like 13 in total.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Mine only has
They
5.
put wow.
Yeah, I know. I know, but I
Um,
used to have a theater like that, like a other theater
mhm,
just like that one too. But this
yeah.
one is like some of those AMC theaters where they have recliner seats. So,
Yeah, so all of that's like in Little Rock, Arkansas. Like I can go to Little Rock and get that kind of experience. They invested into our theater, but it's just new seats. They're not recliners or anything like the D box or nothing like that.
right. But as of right now, like I'll tell you what I've got right now for mine at least.
Hmm.
Um so mine has 5 in right now like I just said before.
Hmm.
Um they have this film that apparently nobody else has even gotten, which is called Lost on a Mountain in Maine.
Yeah, I haven't heard of
I
it.
Yeah, I'm sure your theaters don't even have it either. Like, because
Uh, we have one like kind of like a locally owned theater in Little Rock, and it will get a lot of those um, movies where it's like you just won't see them anywhere else. But right now they don't have it. They did
yeah,
have the John Wick today. Didn't they? Forgot about
dude, I would
that.
have killed to see that in theaters.
Yeah, I missed out on seeing the first one in theaters.
Oh man,
Like Cinemark didn't even show it. That's just interesting. So
that's sad. Um, so yeah, they got that. Obviously, Venom. They still got Venom.
yeah,
Which I enjoyed. I enjoyed. They got Smile too. I mean, come on, y'all. You know me. Um, let's see what else they got. Oh yeah, Terrifier 3. Hence the
yeah.
background.
I know.
I saw
Love
that
it.
again on Halloween, and I still absolutely love it.
Yeah, I watched it and I liked it. It's like after the second one, I was very curious what they were gonna do because the second story was just kind of like so many questions, and I like the approach that they took. But of course, they're still like giving us so many questions. I finally saw All Hallows Eve. Like that was the one I'd never seen, and I watched that a few week ago,
Yeah,
and
I'm
that
not a
was
fan. I'm not a big fan of that
pretty
one.
bad. Yeah, that wasn't the greatest.
Like even when I watched that, I'm like, now I remember why I actually really like the original Terrifier.
Hmm.
Like it makes me remember why because even though the original Terrifier is so thin on plot, It's the kills
Mm-hmm.
and Art the Clown himself that actually make that film memorable.
Right.
But 2 is much better than 1. I mean, we're all gonna stand on that hill. But
Yeah.
3, that's actually my favorite one of the bunch. Is the third one.
Yeah, I would agree.
I mean, um, the second time I saw it, when we got to the shower scene, there were times where I just actually could not stop laughing. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm a sicko now. I thought I couldn't be able to hold my gag factor when it came to the bedroom scene in Terrifier
Mm-hmm.
2. I am officially a sick-minded freak.
Yeah, when it comes to horror, seeing these movies and a few others, it's like I don't know, like some horror that is just hard for me to find something that's I guess scary or that gives me that kind of like unnerve, just makes me nervous and just like I don't know. These things just go so far that it's like I've seen so many of them at this point where it's like I can't find anything that's just like topping that in any way.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, like the shower scene morally caught me off guard the first time because of how brutal it was. I mean, I should have expected it, but like
Hmm.
I didn't think Art the Clown would go that far. Like
Yeah, there was
I didn't
one
think he'd
moment I
go
was
that
just
far.
like, "Oh, it's gonna, oh, it's yeah." You'll know, you know what I'm talking about. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, spoilers without context. Chainsaw.
Mhm.
Spoilers without context.
Yep.
So, yeah. And funnily enough, I was actually quite surprised that my theater got it because
Mhm.
they did not get 2 when that came out.
Oh, really?
They got
I
3.
think yeah, I think for 2, it was extremely limited release. I think it was only like a one day only thing here.
I think it was originally supposed to be a 1-day thing, but it was so successful that
Mhm.
they expanded it. So,
Got it.
but with this one, it was actually a much more wider release, which was nice.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So hopefully we can do that with 4. Which I mean, based on this film's success, we're obviously going to get a 4th one, and like they already greenlit a
They've
4th one.
Yeah, it was greenlit already. I'm gonna try to keep an eye on, like, maybe a festival that's gonna get it and try to go, which I guess I don't know if it would be next year or 26, but
If there's one festival possible that'll get it, it is Fantastic Fest because they've
that's
gotten 2
that's
and
my
3.
guess. Yeah, it'll probably be a fantastic fest, so I'm gonna try to go to that next year for sure.
If I wanted to, I'm not gonna lie to you. If there was one film I actually wanted to see at Fantastic Fest, if I actually was able to go,
Mhm,
definitely would have been Heretic and Anora for sure.
mhm, mhm.
But I would have definitely gone to the first secret screening of Fantastic Fest, which was Saturday night.
What
The
was that?
So basically that one takes place the on the first 90 minutes before the very first episode of Saturday Night Live back
Oh,
in
for that?
1975.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, they basically kind of captured all of the chaos that went down back in that day.
Mhm.
And the stuff it I actually believed all that stuff happened. Like
Oh, yeah?
it's crazy. I mean, it's very chaotic. Like I'll tell you that much. It's very chaotic.
Mm.
So, but I did go see that when it was able to. I was out of town for the day, and that I when I found out that my theater got Terrifier 3, I was like, I'll go see Saturday night.
Yeah.
And
That was the one that I missed out on seeing. Just got too much on my plate and could never find a time to watch it.
it'll be on digital in a couple of weeks. So
Yeah,
there you go.
just catch it then.
Trying to see what else. Oh yeah, and the last one that we've gotten right now is we've been carrying this one for about a month now. It's the Wild Robot.
Yeah, I finally got to see that. Really enjoyed it.
Number one, dude. It's my number one.
It's your number one? Okay.
Yeah, it's my number one.
Sing Sing is my number one right now.
I'm so jealous you've seen that. Everybody has been talking about it.
It's really, really good. It is impossible for me to find anything wrong with that. It's so good.
Yeah, I I have to see that one then.
Yeah,
Um,
we were fortunate enough for our local film festival. They aired it, and Coleman Domingo was here for it.
nice.
Yeah, so it was fun getting to see him on stage.
Yeah, he's a great guy, man. He's an awesome
Yeah.
actor.
Hmm.
Um, but one that I did not think that they were going to get rid of so quick was Joker Fully Ado, which was a piece of shit.
Oh, you didn't care for it?
Oh, not for me. Not for me.
No.
That
Okay.
was not for me.
Yeah, it's been split for sure. I'm on the other side. I really enjoyed it.
Good. I'm glad you do. Not
Yeah.
for me. I I'll say I love the first one though. I love the first
Yeah.
film.
Yeah.
Just what they did with the second one was baffling to me. That Todd Phillips actually decided to just give you a gigantic middle finger to your face.
Yeah.
Like it just it just felt insulting to me. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I
I
mean,
could
I'm glad that some
see
people like
that.
it. Like I'm happy about
Yeah.
that, but mm-mm, not on me. Um, I think they got rid of that when Smile 2 came out. Like they got
Gotcha.
rid of it pretty fast.
Interesting. Yeah, it's still hanging on here. Probably be here for until Thursday this week is my guess.
Yeah. Um,
May I ask what state you're from? What state are you based out of?
Minnesota.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, um, so yeah, they got rid of Joker as soon as Smile 2 came out, and I was like, good. Now people can actually subject themselves to a good sequel. Two of them at
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Um,
What's your film scene like? Do you have a good film community? Do y'all have like a critics association or anything there?
Not like a critics association. I have a pretty good group of friends when it comes to film talking, for
Mm-hmm.
sure. I mean, I definitely have a good group of friends that
Nice.
I'm able to discuss film very politely and not try to get too heated about opinions.
Yeah.
Because I think you're gonna notice something kind of strange when I tell you this. There's a couple of people that have kind of given me backlash on Long Legs,
Mm-hmm.
even though that was the film I absolutely loved, and that was pretty much the film that everybody loved was Long Legs. But I've gotten comments from people saying that I must not watch a lot of movies because it was horrible
Hmm.
and funny. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I legit thought that to myself. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
Um, but here's the weird thing. I did not get any backlash, like really any backlash on my review for The Crow, the new one.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am one of the only people on this planet that actually enjoyed it.
That's what I missed out on. Um, I wasn't super excited to check it out. I want to see it, but I'll just wait for it to hit streaming. But I need to rewatch the original because I've only seen that once. But curious to check it
I
out.
rewatched the original like a couple months ago, and that is
Mm-hmm.
without a doubt my favorite comic book movie of all time is the original.
Yeah.
I looked at the new one on its own terms, and I still liked it enough for what it was. Like,
Got it.
I knew it wasn't trying to be a groundbreaking remake, trying to be better than the original. Like, I knew it wasn't trying to do that. Like, but a lot of people hated it.
Yeah. Yeah. Saw more negatives around that than anything. But again, I'll check it out and make my own assessment on it.
Usually, what I try to say with some films, even if I don't like them, unless if it's like atrocious to a degree where it's like, stay away from this. I will usually try to tell people, give it a fair chance, and maybe see if you can form your own opinion.
Right.
Like, don't just take what I say or just look at other people and target them in their comment section. Try it for yourself and maybe see what you think, because you might be on an island with the other people that absolutely love it, or might be on the island with other people that hate it.
Yeah.
So I try to go in with that mindset whenever I try to do reviews. So.
Got it. No, I like that. Yeah, this year kind of got away from me, so I didn't really stay as active on my channel as I wanted to. I mean, the bulk of my stuff is just like on my shorts. But yeah, I'm gonna try to be more aggressive going into next year. Stay consistent.
Yeah. But trying to think here. Don't you ever just have that one? Have you ever had one film this year where it was so bad you just couldn't wait to leave the theater?
Let's see. Probably theater wise.
We got somebody
Probably like.
Oh, my boy, Michael. What's up,
bro?
bro?
What's up, Luke? How you guys doing?
It is good, dude. It is
well.
It is so good to finally have you here, man.
Yeah, man. I was just got done watching Breaking Bad with my mom, and I saw you message me a while ago. I'm like, oh crap, I'm gonna head over back to my room.
So, yeah, man. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, absolutely, man, absolutely. So, what did I miss? What are we discussing right now?
We're just kind of discussing a little bit about how we can, because I told Mr. Irvin something that is actually kind of weird, that in regards to like what my reviews have done for the channel. So, Long Legs is my highest viewed video in regards to reviews, over 1,000 views. For some reason, I had somebody in my comments that said I must not watch a lot of films because it was awful and hilarious. And I thought to myself, and I'm like, okay, I'm sorry that you feel that way, but don't say I don't watch a lot of movies, because have you not seen my collection videos? I own a shit ton of movies.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, my collection too. I mean, look at this right here. I mean, that's just one. That's just one shelf. That's just one shelf, man. I want to buy more movies, but that shelf by itself was $150, and I don't have the money to get a new shelf to add more movies. So, but
I've been increasing my steelbook collection versus buying a shelf to put them on.
Yeah, right. I don't understand what's up with Long Legs, man. I've seen so many people on Facebook saying that it was one of the worst films of the year. I'm like, okay, well, look, I can understand you saying that if it's not, it's not a movie for you. Like, it just wasn't for you. But I can't imagine like someone passionately saying Long Legs was a god awful film. It's my favorite movie of the year. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Number 3 for me.
Number 3
it was at one point. It was at one point my number 1, but when The Wild Robot and Terrifier 3 came out, that they overtook it.
Oh, dude, I still haven't even seen The Wild Robot. Is it really that good?
It's my number 1, dude.
Okay.
It's my number 3.
Okay, I got to check it out, man. I've been really slacking on watching new movies. I just did my spooky season Halloween special throughout the month of October, and Smile 2 came out. I didn't see Smile 2 yet, so I'm not sure how that translated very well.
Yeah, I mean, but I did see Smile 2, but I mean, if you guys saw my review for it, As for someone who was actually really scared by the first one, I think this one did a better job at like
You think so?
kind of setting up the tension, in my opinion. Now, whenever, let me be clear about this for anybody that watches my videos. Whenever I say something like that, do not go in thinking like it's going to be this like next coming of Christ. Like
Right.
just be clear and just temper your expectations and maybe see where things go for you.
I think that was probably the problem that a lot of people had with Long Legs was the marketing campaign, how they portrayed it as like, don't get me wrong, the marketing campaign for
Yeah.
Long Legs I thought was good, but then you had a lot of those quotes saying scariest movie of all time. I'm like, okay, they're definitely not taking that from critics. They're probably taking that
Mm-hmm.
from somebody who's never seen a horror film in their life.
Oh yeah.
I've seen
Most of
plenty
them
of
this
horror
year.
films. I've seen plenty of horror films, and that film actually still kind of freaked me out. Like,
Oh yeah, no, it's I wouldn't say it's the scariest movie I've ever seen, but is it deeply disturbing and did it make me feel
Sure.
uncomfortable?
yes,
Absolutely. Dude, you don't know how many. I love that movie. I don't know if you when I was on Zach's channel, Zach Milne's one of his live streams when we were talking about favorite movies of the year, I talked about how in the marketing campaign they had released a phone number that people could call.
Mm-hmm.
Call it. It's Nicolas Cage.
I called it.
His long legs. Oh, isn't it awesome?
Yeah, it was
Like,
great.
so I'll tell you this, man.
Yeah.
So I'm a manager for this place called Zeke's Pizza, and a lot of our cashiers are usually like young teenage girls from high school. So I thought, oh, this is gonna be perfect. So I would call the number. Oh no, no. So like I would save the number, and I go up to like one of our cashiers, very quiet, very shy. I'm like, hey, Leah, there was a customer that tried calling, but they needed us to call back about an order that got messed up, and she's like, oh, okay. So she's like calling. And she's a very nice, very shy girl. So she calls the number and she's like, "Hello, sir." And then all you hear is Nicolas Cage going, "When's your birthday, little one?" And she, as like that's happened, and I'm on the other line of the phone listening to them. And then I come back and she looks at me like, "Can you talk to this guy?" I'm telling you, man, the number's still active. I don't know how long it's going to be active for, but if you ever work anywhere or if you ever want to prank somebody like that, that's literally the perfect opportunity to do it, man.
I would if I had find out about that phone number sooner, I definitely would have done it to a couple of my coworkers.
Oh, dude, it's
Hey, if it's still active, you got the chance.
right.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, it's crazy. But as far as like movies of the rest of the year, what are you guys excited for the most? Because we only got a couple months left until 2025.
Anora for sure. A Real Pain.
Yep.
Heretic. Those are definitely top ones for me.
Yeah, I'm
top
really
three
excited
for
to
me
see
would
Hugh
be
Grant.
Sonic 3, Heretic, and Anora.
I would say Anora, Heretic, and number for the other one, it's a movie called Unstoppable. It's actually based on a true story about Anthony Robles, who was a ASU college student who won a championship with only one leg. He did wrestling.
Okay.
Yeah, the reason I'm excited
Yeah.
for that the most is because back in middle school and high school, I did wrestling for. I did that from 8th grade, and I did that a little bit in my freshman year. But I've met Anthony Robles many, many times. He's kind of like considered a legend of Arizona, like wrestling. Like he'll come to like little events and stuff. So I've met him a handful of times. So the fact that he gets to have a movie based on him, I'm just like, wow, I've met that guy. That's pretty cool. But it looks good. It's got a Ben Affleck is producing it. Apparently, so J Lo, Jennifer Lopez, she plays as Anthony's mom, and Ben Affleck produced it. Which I can only imagine that was a really awkward film premiere because they went to the red carpet premiere like a week after J Lo and Ben Affleck got divorced. So that must have been interesting.
Yeah.
That must have been interesting.
Matt
That's
Damon's
very
producer
awkward,
as
but-
well.
Yeah, Matt Damon's producer Don Cheadle was in the film. I don't know. It just I definitely have a soft spot for like inspirational sports films, even though most of them are always the same exact films. I don't know why. I just have a huge soft spot for movies
I'm
like
the
that.
same. Like Air. I was a big fan of Air, but
I liked Air.
Love that one.
I liked Air. What came out a couple years ago? Ben Affleck. He did a basketball movie, The Way Back. I liked that one a lot. Champions
love
that
that
came
movie.
out a year or two ago with Woody
Champions?
Harrelson. Yeah, Champions was
movie.
good. I like I said, I don't know why sports movies. It's one of those genres that just kind of works every single time. Most
Oh
time.
yeah.
I think it just depends on how, even if it's a basic thing, just have some good heart to it. Is basically what I would say. Have some good heart to it. Have a good spirit. Maybe see how that leads you. Another one that I'm actually really looking forward to. It also comes out in December, same month as Sonic 3, is Y2K.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer for that, and I'm like,
Yeah,
yo,
I saw
have
that
to see
at
this.
It's about time they've
at
made.
South by Southwest.
Yeah, all the way back in March was when they premiered that, and I'm like, we're finally gonna get to see it.
I'm ready to see it again.
Dude, there's so many like movies. There's so many movies that like I hear people talk about how they've seen that still have yet to come out. Like Y2K is finally coming out. There's another movie that I've been waiting for 2 years. Cody Leach saw it. It was the Toxic Avenger remake with Peter Dinklage.
Yeah,
That's still apparently that's having
ever
some.
gonna come out.
It's having some really bad distribution problems. I'm like, look, how is it that movies like Madam Web are able to come out just like that, but a movie like The Toxic Avenger it's becoming impossible because you got a lot of huge big stars in that movie. So I don't know, it just kind of blows my mind.
How that like is there stuff in it that's illegal or something like that maybe that could be why it's unreleasable?
I don't know. Well, I mean,
don't think so. It could just be IP stuff.
It's got it.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, even if it doesn't get a theatrical release, they could at least still do it on streaming. I mean, I've seen some insane movies that push the limits that still get released. Probably not in theaters, but like, they get released on streaming or like maybe they become an Amazon original. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on with The Toxic Avenger, but if it does come out, because Cody Leach saw it. He went to go see it at like one of the, like a film fest. I can't remember which festival he went to go see it with, but he reviewed it, and I'm like, it was Fantastic Fest. Okay,
Fest, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember when I met Lloyd Kaufman at a horror film festival, I asked him like, "Hey, is there any updates on that?" And he said, "Oh yeah, it's premiering at Fantastic Fest in September." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool," and still haven't heard anything.
Yeah,
it's
like another one. So one that I've liked, it's now my number 13. It's called "I Don't Understand You." That was at South by, but as far as I know, that hasn't even gotten a buyer yet.
Huh?
And it's a really solid movie.
What was the movie called again?
It's called "I Don't Understand You."
I don't understand. Is a really small indie film. Anybody big in that film?
So let's see the cast: Andrew Rannells, Nick Kroll. It's a lot of some foreign. It's basically like two guys that go on this trip to Italy, and it just goes chaotic. And as soon as it goes chaotic, it gets worse and worse and worse. But it's actually like hilarious. Like they throw in the dark comedy moments in it, and you just sit there like as it continuously gets worse and worse and worse. You're just like, how much worse can this get? And they still top it. Like,
okay,
it goes bananas, but it's really funny. Really,
I do like Nick Kroll a lot.
Yeah,
I do too.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. What? How about as far as I mean, I haven't really been paying attention to the 2025 movie list. Any of the movies coming out next year that you guys are excited for? For me, I'm very intrigued. Even though I've heard some mixed things, to see Chris Stuckman's very first film, Shelby Oaks.
Yep. That's one.
I back that, so kind of just waiting to see when I'll get the copy at home.
Yeah, I got a good friend of mine. His name is Derek Bauder, but he goes by Danny Dorito on YouTube. And he actually was a producer on the film. It was part of that whole thing where like on the backer thing, like if you pay like $3,000 or $4,000, you can be like an executive producer. And he got to go see the film, and he told me for a YouTuber turned director debut film, it was decent. But then he said that, like there was one moment that was kind of iffy, but I won't say it just in case if it counts as a minor spoiler. But I don't know. I like Chris Stuckman. I'm interested to see it.
Yeah. For me, my most anticipated film of 2025 is pretty easy. It's The Monkey.
Ooh,
the new film from Perkins.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
It's releases near my birthday.
I'm trying to think of another one that I'm also like really really excited about.
Sinners. I do want to see Sinners. That's
yes,
up there.
Sinners looks good.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for a good vampire movie to come out. I still haven't seen Salem's Lot, but I've been waiting for a good vampire movie.
We had Abigail this year.
Oh yeah, that's right, Abigail.
Abigail's okay.
I completely.
I like Salem's Lot, but I don't think any vampire movie like as far as like this decade until we get Nosferatu or Sinners is gonna really come
That's
close
right.
to Abigail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite vampire movie of all time is From Dusk Till Dawn. That's kind of where I hold my trophy.
Yeah, solid one.
Yeah.
28 years
For
later,
me-
I'm fight for that.
For me, it's kind of a four-way tie for favorite vampire film. It's either the original Nosferatu from 1922.
Yep, classic.
Daybreakers, The Lost Boys, or Abigail.
Okay.
Honestly, like those are like the ones that are like the top ones for me.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in you, man. You didn't put Twilight in that list. Nah, I'll take Hotel Transylvania. Yeah.
But yeah, I loved obviously I love Long Lake. So I when I heard that it was for another one from Oz Perkins for The Monkey, I was like, yo, this is going to be awesome. Like, I have to be seated for that. I'm trying to think of another one because the beginning of 2025 actually looks pretty stacked for me. Because we also got Lee Winnell's Wolfman coming up.
That's right.
January. And I
saw
the trailers and I'm like, please deliver again, Lee Winnell. Please deliver.
I like The Invisible Man, actually.
Me too.
Fingers crossed January is decent. Like,
because the only good January film we even really had this year was The Beekeeper.
I had a lot of fun with The Beekeeper.
I had fun with that.
I love The Beekeeper. Like, because what else do we have really in January? We had Night Swim, which
look, Night Swim. Night Swim, I don't care if you have a great Oscar-winning writer writing Night Swim. I don't care if you get a great visual director directing Night Swim. I don't care how good it is. The point being is that the movie is about a haunted swimming pool.
That's a good concept for only a short film.
Yeah, and it was a short film.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a good short film concept, just does not translate well to feature film. That's it's one of those cases. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Like, yeah, I mean, it seems like every couple years or so, a studio will like notice a really popular short film on YouTube, and they'll just want to put money into it. Like, I never saw this film. I heard it was kind of mixed. It was that movie. It's called Come Play.
I've seen that one. I enjoyed that one.
I've seen the short film, and then they turned that into a feature. Same thing with Lights Out. Lights Out originally was a short film.
Mm-hmm. Lights Out was so good, dude.
Like, no, I really do like Lights Out, but yeah, no, it seems like every couple years, like Hollywood will either take an urban legend from like 2011 or 12, or they'll take a really popular short horror film and make it into a feature. Yeah. It seems like that's pretty popular nowadays.
I'm guessing that's what they did with Your Monster, because I didn't realize that was a short film.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure it's the same actor that plays the monster. He's in the short film. Mm-hmm. So I'm credited for it. Because I went to it was a secret screening for October, was Your Monster. And I went to that. And as soon as it was over, I looked it up and I was like, I didn't even realize this. It's like, makes sense, because it's actually, for me, that's one that should have stayed a short film. Like, wasn't a huge fan of it. It was funny, but I don't know. I just don't know if I was the exact audience for it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We all have those kinds of movies.
It's definitely like the demographic thing. Like, if you don't like a certain movie, it's like, well, you're not the demographic. So I'm like, well, you know, but
if you're not the demographic for a certain film, I'm willing to give somebody a pass for it, because it's like, there's always going to be those films where it's like, this is meant for a certain demographic. So it's like, it's not going to be for everybody.
Yeah.
Like, but Also, Michael, you were talking about Zach Milne earlier. I want to shout him out here for a second.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I actually saw one of his reviews on Letterboxd. I think I actually have the picture for it here really quick. It's just the first sentence of the review, but I actually want to share this on screen just so people can realize how, like, because I saw the review and I texted him about it because because if you guys want to see the full review on Letterboxd, go check it out. But this is the first
What
sentence
movie's
of his
for?
review for the Matt Walsh documentary, Am I Racist?
Oh, he reviewed that?
Yeah, he did. He said, since when did watching a movie determine who you are as a person? And I'm like, dude, straight facts. When does the movie determine who you are as a person?
Yeah. And it's funny because I didn't see Am I Racist? I have been wanting to see it actually. But
Me
yeah,
too.
because because I've seen Matt Walsh on Facebook all the time. I've seen him, Charlie Kirk, all those, people and stuff, Ben Shapiro. But yeah, like I never understood what the deal is. Like I think also probably because elections are coming up pretty soon now. It's just turning into like a, excuse my French, it's kind of turning into a little bit of a shit show. People just go like, oh, if you are in this demographic, then you're automatically a horrible person. Or if you see this movie, then it's like you're racist. It's like I just don't really understand it. I really don't. I mean, like, if you're worried about somebody watching that movie, but you're not worried about some shaved head gentleman with the swastika in the back of his head, then I don't know what to even say about how people think about people like that. It's ridiculous.
I know. I had a conversation with my buddy Mike about that last night because I haven't seen Am I Racist yet. I want to though because I want to see what all the fuss is about because people whenever people see something political like this, they always and I mean this with I mean this with everything. They always take it so seriously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's like this is a comedy documentary. What are you taking away from this? It's trying to make you laugh while also trying to make you feel something. You see what
Yeah,
I
it's
mean?
exactly. It's basically political satire. Like, it's just I don't understand it at all. It's like I hope to see it pretty soon. I don't know if it's still in theaters right now, but I really really do want to see it. I don't know if I'll review it though, because I don't really review documentaries, but I definitely want to see it.
I don't review documentaries either, but if that was one, I definitely would like to watch that just so that way I can. But when I review it on Letterboxd, I am going to make a full disclaimer that I am not in any way, shape, or form part of any of the like trying to be part of those political parties or any of that kind of bullshit.
Oh man, like everybody at work, like, I'll get people saying like, who you voting for? I'm like, I don't know. I just don't really care, man. Like, I just want to live my life. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you're just gonna have people jump down your throat, which is the worst part of it.
Well, and it doesn't help every time you go to the grocery store or a gas station, you'll have people with the clipboard saying, "Hey, are you registered to vote?" I'm like, um, "Can I please go? Thank you."
But yeah, but like I said, I wanted to pull that up on screen for you guys just so that way you can see how much more respect I have for Zach now that I saw that. So
Yeah,
I have
absolutely.
to I have to give him mad props for it.
Yeah, and also congratulations to Zach for two things. One, he's coming on his 100th video for going live, and he's also going to be a father in February. So that's really
That's
incredible news
correct.
for him.
So Milne, if you're watching this, man, shout out.
Absolutely, shout out.
Yes. But anyways, yeah, let's get back to the good side of talking about movies.
Yeah, yeah. Let's.
I just wanted to talk. I just wanted to get that out of the way quick, just so that way people can understand why it's like we're here just to talk about films. We're not here to jump down each other's throats and just attack each other about our opinions. Yep. So as I was saying with Long Legs, as somebody went down in my comments and said I must not watch a lot of movies. Apparently, I didn't get shit for The Crow, which Michael, I know you hated. I know you did. I enjoyed it enough for I liked it enough for what it was, but apparently I didn't get attacked for it, which is the weird part.
Yeah, you would think because obviously like The Crow is such a beloved film, aside from Brandon Lee passing away during the making of the film. But it's almost kind of like the same way people view The Godfather. Like if they ever remade The Godfather, it would be a crap show. Like people would react, but no, like it's because I'm not the type of person that goes like, oh, if you like that movie, then like fuck you. I don't. I'm not like that. But I'm also going to be like, hey. If you like that movie, that's cool, but I will tell you every detail of why I hated that movie just because I like to be the little goofy, funny asshole. But yeah, I got a lot of views on that video. I was really surprised. I mean, the most views I've ever gotten was when I did a review on Megan a couple years ago. I got like 28,000 views on that, which that surprised me.
Wow.
That really, really
Jeez.
surprised me because Megan was a very popular film and a lot of people reviewed it. So when I saw I got that many views, I was like, oh, okay. And I got six.
Yeah,
Are
that's just
you, are
always
you
fascinating.
Yeah, sometimes like you just never know. Like, because sometimes I'll review a movie, it'll get like 20 views, but I don't care. I just like to talk about movies. Then I'll review another
Yeah.
movie and it gets like 1,000 views. I'm like, oh, like I got 6,000 views on a little movie called The Black Demon. I don't know if you guys ever saw that. It was a shark film.
Hmm.
Oh,
It,
okay.
yeah,
I
yeah,
know what you're talking about. Yeah, but I
yeah,
haven't seen
it,
it.
it had Josh Lucas, and it was basically like he plays as this guy who works as a safety instructor or something like that, and he goes to this oil rig to do a safety inspection. And he goes over there and he notices that the oil rig is completely abandoned, and it turns out there's a shark, a giant, big ass shark known as the Black Demon. The shark is not even black.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was and the thing is, man, I love over the top shark movies. I think they're
that's fair.
hilariously fun. I love Deep Blue Sea. Don't care what anybody says. I love Deep Blue Sea. But
Me too.
yeah, I love it.
Same.
Samuel Jackson saying that incredible speech and then turns into a PlayStation 2 character. I mean, it's
Mhm.
incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Black Demon, it didn't even know how to be fun. It was so boring. Like there's moments in the film where you think, okay, is this movie trying to be like a goofy, campy film, or is it actually trying to be serious and dramatic? And then towards the end of the film, spoilers in case people were really worried about seeing it, Josh Lucas dies. He gets eaten by the shark completely whole, blows up the shark, and it's supposed to be like this very sad Armageddon Bruce Willis saying goodbye to Liv Tyler moment, but it just it was the Black Demon. It was almost like if ABC Lifetime actually had a budget to make an action film. That's what it was.
Basically, what it was. I mean, I will say the film had an intriguing setup. Like I liked how it was setting up the movie, but
Oh yeah,
after
absolutely.
that setup, though, the film just goes all the way down. Like it
Yeah.
just becomes horrendous. Like and just completely unwatchable.
Yeah, like I went to go see that film. I think it was last year. There was two people in the theater, and none of them made a peep at all. Like they did not look like they were having fun. And I'm just like,
Which one? Audio
for the
cut out for me. Which?
for the Black Demon.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was definitely a movie. I mean, there's so many shark movies to go through. You guys watch Sharktopus, watch Mega Shark versus Crocosaurus, watch any of those over the Black Demon. Come on.
Now watch the first Sharknado. That'll save you some time. Like watch the first Sharknado.
Sharknado is very underrated.
I only would ever watch the first one though. The sequels are a chore to sit through, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, like it's funny with like a lot of those shark movies is a lot of times like the filmmakers know exactly what kind of films they're making. So a lot of the times they just kind of have fun with it. But then there's other times where like they don't know what the hell they're doing and it's like I don't even know how to explain it. I think the best way to describe it is just to watch the movies. Like just talking about it is just as much of a chore as actually watching the films themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes actually talking about films that are a chore to sit through actually make it more worthwhile because it's like you're actually just venting out your frustrations on how much of a chore it was for you to get through it.
Well, here's a little good question for you guys. What is one movie that it's bad? Like everybody thinks it's bad. There's not one person on the earth that actually can say it's a good movie, but it's entertaining as hell for you guys. For me, Troll 2.
Oh, okay.
Troll 2. Love Troll 2.
Mm.
I think for me, I'm only saying this one out of pure nostalgia. It is the 1993 Super Mario Brothers.
Classic. Classic.
Now,
Yeah.
but let me be clear about this one. Let me be clear about this. As for someone who is a Mario fanatic, it is
Same.
nothing like the games.
No, not at all.
Nothing.
Nothing at all. Yeah.
Blaster guns, Goombas actually looking like tall human beings, King Koopa in a suit, blaster guns, a flamethrower. Like King Koopa actually turns into a fucking T-Rex at the end of the movie.
Yeah,
That is not
and then Toad,
Mario.
and then
I am
who was
sorry.
and then Toad? What was Toad? He was like some singer on the street with a guitar and some really bad wannabe
Mhm.
Elvis haircut.
I will
Yeah.
say
Just
the
very
only
random.
thing,
Yeah.
and I will say the one and only thing they got right was the bob-ombs.
That's it.
Mhm.
That's the only thing they got right were the
Yeah.
bob-ombs.
Right,
Yeah.
but dude, Super Mario Brothers is it's so good.
It's so hilarious that movie is that movie is even made.
It actually does have a very loyal fan base, surprisingly. I mean, I love Dennis I think what makes the movie great is obviously Dennis Hopper. I mean, he's
Yeah,
just
for sure.
Even though, to be fair, his character is actually very like basic because it's just a guy in a suit.
mhm.
I mean,
But
I think it's just his over the top comedy that actually kind of made him more entertaining than he should be.
oh yeah, and let's also not forget Lance Armstrong, who appears like in the last 10 seconds of the film.
Oh dear God! But can we all agree
Wait,
though that Bob Hoskins was very miscast as Mario? Can we all
that
agree on
was
that?
exactly. Oh wait, why the hell did I say Lance Armstrong? I meant Lance Hendrickson.
Lance Henriksen. There you go.
I don't know why the hell I said Lance Armstrong. Like, Lance Hendrickson is what I meant to say. That was weird, but oh yeah, Bob Hoskins. I mean, rest in peace to him. But Bob Hoskins, I've always loved
Mhm.
him, and John Leguizamo, and I mean, come on, it's great.
I actually liked him as
and
Luigi.
and plus, the
I
princess
did
that they're
too.
supposed to save is Princess Peach, not Princess Daisy.
Yeah.
Princess Daisy.
Yeah.
Princess Daisy was in.
That's another thing they got wrong. Like,
Yeah, well, Princess Daisy was what Super Mario World for the Game Boy, right?
I
Or
think so. Yeah, or maybe it
It
was
was
for the
one of it
the
was
Super
yeah,
NES.
it's one of the games, but I'm sure it had to do with like some IP infringement stuff. Like they had to
Yeah, but
agree on something.
that still wasn't the game though.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
if I look at the newest one that came out last year, which I loved,
I did too.
that is more like the games.
Hmm.
Like,
Oh yeah,
like
I really liked the Super Mario Brothers animated film. I mean, don't get me wrong, like the story like itself, it's nothing to write home about, but do you
Yeah.
guys really play a Mario movie because you're invested in the story? No.
no.
But
Like,
like they did the best they could. I mean, and I didn't even mind Chris Pratt as Mario. I thought he was fine. I really did.
thank you, thank you. I'm not alone on that. But like when people I always hear people complain that there's no story, and I'm like, have you guys not played a Mario game? It's not reliant on story. It's always reliant on the gameplay.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Absolutely. And I mean, I also
It's
love the fact that they made Peach a
Save
very
the
strong
princess.
female. Yeah, exactly. Save the prince. I love all the references, but I just love that Peach was actually a very strong female character in this film instead of just being the damsel in distress.
I agree with that, and I'm kind of glad that even though I wish we got more screen time with Mario actually with Luigi, but I'm kind of
Hmm.
glad that they kind of had him kind of be the one that Mario has to save because um obviously Luigi is not as like brave as Mario. Like we kind of
Right.
know that also based off of the games,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but I'm kind of glad they kind of started off with that, just to kind of give Luigi a little bit more kind of character build up, like when we get more into the franchise, because we're getting a second one in the next couple of years.
Oh, that movie made too much money to not get a sequel. Way too much. What about you, Mr. Irvin? What is your favorite so bad it's good movie?
Yeah, we gotta go with this.
Oh, geez. I need to think of a list, because I mean, the Mario one hit.
Yeah, well, think of trying to think of the best worst. Like we got that, Troll 2, The Room,
Howard the Duck.
Well,
that's one of mine. That's one of mine. I'll just tell you that.
Well, after Mr. Irvin comes up with his favorite, I got an interesting story to tell you about Howard the Duck.
Oh, okay.
This is an interesting one. Were you able to find what your favorite best worst film is?
No, I don't know. Like, I just never think of. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of like anything like would come to mind.
Well, you hold.
I mean, I've got like my share of guilty pleasure movies that I know are not like the greatest in terms of fan base.
Battlefield Earth is one for me. John Travolta.
Battlefield Earth. I haven't seen that in a hot minute.
My dad loves that movie.
You know, like Transformer films have always been guilty pleasure movies.
Okay, right.
Nowhere near great, but I mean, I grew up with Transformers, so like Transformers Beast Wars was my jam. I think the only thing that's like quickly, yeah, I like That Awkward Moment. I know a lot of people don't care for that; it gets pretty low ratings, but I really enjoy it. I just don't know of any movie that's like hated though.
A couple other ones I could think of are Basket Case 1 and 2.
I don't know if you, Luke. I don't know if you ever saw. I actually interviewed Kevin Van Hentenryck, who played Dwayne in Basket Case.
I think I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's very awesome, though, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
He's so awesome. Well, because you know, like that was the only movies he really did. So it's not like he's some celebrity that never replies to anybody. He's such a down to earth, just a really great human being in general. But yeah, no, he was awesome. I've actually been trying to get an interview with Frank, Frank Henenlotter, but I've been having a lot of trouble on that because Frank hardly ever messages back. But when I got to interview Kevin, that was a really special moment.
Yeah, I bet it was, man. Like,
gotta love me some Basket Case. But I'll tell you this interesting story of Howard the Duck. I'll keep it short though, because it's a lot. So let me tell you this. So as many of you guys know, Howard the Duck was voiced by a completely different person. The little person in the Howard the Duck suit didn't do the voice. It was a little person by the name of Ed Gale, who also was played Chucky in all the Child's Play movies. He did that from Child's Play 1 to Seed of Chucky, and then he also played one of the Ewoks in a Star Wars film, and he did like a couple other things, and he's been officially retired for many, many years now. He mostly did his money by like going to horror film conventions and all that stuff. But interestingly, I added him on Facebook many years ago because I was a big fan of his. I thought like this guy played Chucky. Now he's friends with me on Facebook. That's awesome. And he was an interesting guy, but he was really nice. But now moving to the future, on YouTube, there's a specific YouTube channel called Creep Catchers. And I think you probably already know where I'm going to go with this. He was actually apparently trying to get a 13-year-old boy to come to his apartment. And I thought, what? Yeah, and I'm like, wow, I did not expect that, because I would message him a lot, and then when I saw that on YouTube, I'm just like, whoa, that okay. So then like, and then so then me and my friend, we kind of had like this little dark joke where like I guess like in the movie Child's Play, where Chucky is like messing with the guy in the voodoo doll. Chucky goes, "Well, John, it's been fun, but I gotta go. I have a date with a 6-year-old boy." I'm like, that doesn't hold up. That doesn't hold up. I mean, not that it ever, not that it held up when it came out, but it doesn't hold up anymore.
But I will agree on that. There are some jokes that they don't hold up. I'll agree on that.
No, I mean, you can definitely laugh at how cringy and just how really, like they push the limits of. But in general, you think, a little bit in poor taste.
Yeah.
No doubt. Oh man, that's fun. But what I'm trying to think, what's came out, what's came out this weekend? Did Heretic come out this weekend, or was that next weekend?
That's
I
next
think that's
weekend.
Is that
next
next weekend?
weekend. Yeah.
Okay. I know the new
This
Tom Hanks
weekend was
movie.
here. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
was it good?
here, and I haven't I haven't seen it yet. Some of my friends have already reviewed it, and it pretty low ratings. They didn't care for
Right.
it. And then there's like a new Liam Neeson movie. Is only those two that came out here, at least. I think animated movie called Hit Pig came out that got zero
Oh,
marketing.
okay.
Yeah, and the one that mine got was Lost on a Mountain in Maine, which nobody's ever heard of.
Yeah,
Like,
I haven't heard
I
of
heard
it.
Sly was like a producer on there.
yeah, I didn't see it yet. I might just see it because nobody else is talking about it, and apparently I'm one of the only mine is like one of the only theaters that is even playing the movie. But I don't know, because I was actually kind of hoping it would either be here or Juror number 2.
Ooh, I'm
Because
excited for that.
I would have gone to see Juror number 2 in the theater because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love Clint Eastwood and
We didn't get it.
I would have loved to support his final film in the theater.
Same.
And
But
is
Yeah.
this like supposed to be like his final directing, or is he also just going to be done with acting as well? Because he's definitely up there.
I think this is
I
I
thought
think
this
it's
was
both.
it. Like, right?
This is
Both.
it.
Well, that, you know what, that'll be nice because the last film he acted in was a movie. It came out during COVID. It was called Cry Macho. I don't know if you guys ever saw that.
Heard
Yeah.
of it, didn't see it.
Yeah, right.
It was
It
alright.
wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't great. It was kind of like a different version of like Gran Torino, which Gran Torino is great. I love Gran Torino.
Yeah.
It was kind of like another version of Gran Torino. And it's got him, Dwight Yoakam is in it. It was okay. But I don't think it was like the perfect send off for Eastwood. But
hmm
in general, no matter what Eastwood's in, I'm always going to be happy to see him.
hmm
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what else we've got coming up because I really want to go see Heretic. Like,
Yeah, that looks really, really good.
yeah, I saw that trailer and I'm like, dude, how this looks amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm a big
trying
fan.
to avoid. Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to avoid any new trailers or anything and go in pretty blind.
Same. Oh no, you're all good too, man. But no, I'm also a big fan of Hugh Grant. I don't know why, but it seems like these past couple years, Hugh Grant has been really. I mean, he was in Dungeons and Dragons. He was in Wonka. It seems like he's kind of getting a little bit of a resurgence. Not that he quit acting, but like there was like a period where like Hugh Grant kind of didn't really do that much, but now he's like starring in a lot of these big movies, and I'm like, oh well, good for you, Hugh.
yeah, I'm.
He was in a recent series on HBO or Max that's like really good. Like he's more of like a villainous character in that. You should check it out.
Yeah, I love when
That's the
Hugh
type of
Grant takes
character
villainous
he's
roles.
apparently supposed to be in Heretics. So, which had me sold. Just like when I heard that he's kind of playing like this, this guy that has so much charisma, but he's actually a psycho. I'm like, yeah,
Those are my favorite kind of roles. I mean, like
Yeah.
Christian Bale as Patrick Bateman, those kind of
Yeah.
things. I love whenever an actor takes a role like that. Or another movie. I don't know if you guys ever saw this one. It came out like 2019. It's a movie called Bloodline. It had Sean William Scott. He plays as like a school. It's good. He plays
It's
as like a
good.
school
Yeah.
counselor, and then he like finds out like about like these kids that have troubled homes. And the movie itself wasn't like incredible, but it was Sean William Scott's performance that
His
definitely like
performance, yeah.
elevated it. Yeah, because like you could take like a very mediocre movie, but if you have like a great lead performance, you can kind of stick through the film as its own.
I thought the film was okay. Honestly, it's Sean William Scott's performance that helped it. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Like you guys said, but one actor I remember you guys left out of the picture is James McAvoy. Like, he is
Speak No Evil.
perfect for those roles.
Yeah.
For Split, Speak No Evil. Like,
I
Oh
really
my
loved
god,
Speak
I
No
loved
Evil.
him so much in Speak No Evil.
Oh, he
Like,
was. Oh, dude, like the thing about James McAvoy is like us as the audience, we're constantly yelling at this family, "What are you doing? You need to get out of there." But then like I said in my review of like if you guys have ever been in situations like this where maybe like you're with family and you meet another family and like you're trying to be nice, and even though maybe they might say something weird and like something odd, you still want to not be rude, and there's kind of just like that uncomfortable silence. I'm like, dude, there's so many moments where I've been in situations like that because you don't want to come off rude. And but yeah, no, James McAvoy, he tricked me. Like, even though I knew that he was going to be a psycho, even just from seeing the trailer, because I did see the original Speak No Evil even before this new one, so I knew what James McAvoy's character was going to do. But he actually tricked me throughout the entire film, and that's really hard to do.
yeah, you can thank him for that because he did that perfectly.
He did. He did.
Like
I really.
and I also have to shout out Cody Leach for this one because he sent this out as a post on Twitter. He did say that the third act kind of felt like a Straw Dogs kind of finale, and I'm like, dude, nail in the coffin. That's the nail in the coffin right there. It like when I thought about that, I'm like, yeah, it does give me Straw Dogs flashbacks. The remake specifically,
Right.
Because that remake, that finale was nuts. Like, if you guys know the finale, he fucking staples a guy's hands with a nail gun to the wall.
It's great.
Come on.
It's.
I'm like, oh my. I'm like, no.
I love it when movies take risks like that. Oh, speaking of Cody Leach, dude, I'm telling you, meeting Cody was awesome. I'll tell you that. I did not realize how huge he was.
Like, is he actually?
Well, he's got to be like at least 6'4", 6'5". But then again, I'm 5'4", 5'5", so like anybody's taller than me. So that's kind of how I view it. But like no, Cody was awesome, man. I because he went to so I live in Arizona, and there's a store in Arizona called Terror Trader. It's a horror movie store. They sell horror movie memorabilia and stuff, and they're all big fans of Cody. So they ended up reaching out to Cody to like fly him out to Arizona for like the festival, and he came out there for all 2 days. And the whole time I'm with my son, walking around seeing if I can find Cody, and then I ended up I don't know if you guys know who this is, but I ended up also running into another YouTube movie reviewer named Zach Pope.
Yep, I know him.
Yep, I ran into him, and he was the same height as me. I thought he was really really tall, but he's really short. So I ran into him. I'm like, hey, are you Zach Pope? And he's like, yeah, how you doing, man? I'm like, cool. Like, look at a picture. I'm like, I thought you were taller, dude. But yeah,
funny.
no, yeah, no, but Cody was awesome. I'll tell you that Cody was really cool.
Yeah, I met Sean Chandler at South by, and super cool guy.
Oh yeah, I've always wanted to meet Sean. Sean just seems like a very down to earth guy.
Yeah, he definitely does. I mean, if I were to if you ever get those questions of like, if there's like any YouTuber out there, like who is the one like the one that you want to meet? Like, I always get stuck either between Cody or Sean. Like
yeah,
well, I would specify that. Are you just saying like for YouTuber? I mean, I would love to meet Casey Neistat for sure.
Like yeah, like well, I would be more specific. Say YouTube film reviewers. If you wanted me to be more specific on that front.
Yeah. For me, my dream YouTuber that I've always wanted to meet is James Rolfe, aka the Angry Video Game Nerd.
There you go.
One day would love to meet him. Very hard. I would love to meet him. I would love to meet Doug, aka Nostalgia Critic. Would love to meet him. That would be something special. Even though sometimes Doug's videos are kind of hit and miss, especially with his Pink Floyd The Wall video. Other than that, like I love Nostalgia Critic.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm trying to remember the one that I actually remember watching of his. I think the first one I ever watched of his videos was his review for Mr. Magoo, the Leslie Nielsen comedy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I saw his review on that, and I'm like, oh man, that movie's something, man. That movie is something.
Yeah, the first one I saw that he did is a movie that I love to this day. It's a Karate Kid ripoff. It's called Sidekicks with Chuck Norris.
No, yeah.
Hmm.
It is
I've never
it's
seen
a
that.
oh, it's awful. Like I'm telling you this right now, Luke. It is a awful movie. But it's got it's got Jonathan Brandis, who was one of the kids in the original It miniseries. He
Yep.
played Bill. Yep. And then he was in like that show Sequest. And then unfortunately he passed away very young. But he plays as this kid who like daydreams that he is sidekicks with Chuck Norris. Like he'll daydream in class and then he'll wake up in a Chuck Norris movie and he's like his sidekick. And then Mako from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, which is great in my opinion. No, I'm kidding. But Mako is kind of like the ripoff Mr. Miyagi, but he kind of gives it his own little spin. And then Jeff Bridges' brother, plays as his dad in the film. And like I said, it's not a good movie at all. But if you guys ever get a chance, it's actually like a really fun, cheesy little Karate Kid ripoff. Oh, and Winnie from Wonder Years is in the movie, so it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's definitely like a movie that just screams 90s. That's what I'll say. It screams 90s.
There's definitely those 90s movies that it's like, it's from that decade. Like what's another film that you can think of that's like pure 90s? Like,
that's a good one.
Jeez, I feel like I just watched something that was like that.
Oh wow, that's a good one. Like that just really does replicate the 90s very, very well. I'd say the one, it's a movie that actually came out, I think it came out in 1995. It's not really much of a comedy, it's more of like a teen drama, but it's called Kids, if you guys have ever seen that.
I've heard of that.
I've heard of it, yeah.
Yeah, very low budget independent film. It was made for like $60,000, and most of the actors in the film were like just kids that the director and producer just found off the streets. Rosaria Dawson is in it. It was actually her first film performance she ever did. Rosario Dawson's in it. Chloe Sevigny is in it. But yeah, no, it's an interesting movie. You guys should definitely check it out. It's not a very funny, happy ending movie. It's sometimes kind of disturbing, but I would definitely say that movie definitely does replicate the 90s, especially the way they dress, a lot of the music choices. Like they play like for the soundtrack, they play like a lot of Nas and like a Tribe Called Quest and all that stuff.
Yeah. One that I can think of is Twister. Like,
yes,
pure 90s right there. Pure
it's
90s.
The Suck Zone.
What?
Gotta love. I said it's The Suck Zone.
Oh yes, yes. I love
God.
Twister.
How can you not love Twister?
But Twisters, though, I like that one a little bit more.
Oh, I did too. I really, really liked Twisters a lot.
I love Twisters, but Twister though, I can throw on like whenever I just need like a cheer me up. Like if I need something to cheer me up, I'll just throw that on because it takes you back to the 90s.
Yeah.
Like, but I will never forget the first time I watched that film. That film scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
It can be. I mean, I definitely do have a fear of. I have a fear of tornadoes. I mean, I live in Arizona, so we don't really get like tornadoes that much, and even when we do, they last for like 10 seconds, and they're always like out in a very deserted field. But yeah, like Twister definitely did scare me when I was a kid. So you're not the only one.
But I think Twisters made the tornadoes more realistic. Like honestly, that like the tornadoes felt more realistic in Twisters.
Yeah, like they definitely felt more documentary-esque, whereas in Twister they felt more like a giant monster, kind of in a way.
Yeah, because I mean, hell, you had fucking cows flying around. Like, how can you not love that?
Oh, it's great. And then Carrie Elways plays one of the best douchebag villains ever. Gotta love Carrie Elways.
You gotta love Philip Seymour Hoffman in that one, dude.
Oh yeah, Philip Seymour Hoffman. What's his face from Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Obviously Bill Paxton, and then here's a little fun drinking game you can do with Twister. Take a shot every time people are yelling at each other. Take a shot every time someone says, "Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go." There's like a whole like 5-minute compilation of like everybody from Twister saying, "Let's go, let's go." It's a lot. It's a lot. Or take a shot every time Bill and Helen are arguing. It's just it's definitely a repetitive movie, but it's great. I'll tell you this. Every time I'm hungry, like if I'm with friends and I'm really, really hungry, I literally quote Philip Seymour Hoffman. I go, guys, food.
Boom.
Food. Every single time I'm hungry, man, I do that all the time. It works.
Oh man, I love that so much. Trent, let's go a decade back. Actually, what's the film that you think screams pure '80s? Like it feels like the '80s.
Weird Science.
I've actually never seen that.
Oh, it's so good.
I've never seen Weird Science.
It's good. Okay,
I want to see it. I do. I really do want to see it, but
I would say Back to the Future, but 80% of the movie takes place in the 50s, so I can't really say that. Back to the Future Part 2, because most of that takes place in the future, and it was what people in the 80s thought the future was going to be, but it still felt like just a very retro new version of the 80s. And here we go.
Yep. Just trying to wait for him to.
Hey man, just popping in. I snuck onto the stream. Okay.
Yeah, but I was gonna say my answer with the movie that feels pretty '80s in my opinion. I think I'm gonna go with Christine.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Christine.
Sorry guys,
because that concept definitely feels. I mean, I know it's a Stephen King novel, but the concept of that feels so '80s in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not hating on it at all though, because I love Christine.
So what's the topic?
What's a movie that feels so '80s to you?
Oh, easy, Back to the Future.
Yeah. And we got Michael in here. Another
up, Michael.
What's up, Michael?
Two Lukes, two Michaels, one Grant.
I'm oh, man. Yeah, it turns out I'm the missing piece in this gang activity, and
I guess we just have to find another Grant.
Yeah, I gotta say, the movie that describes the '80s for me, I have two.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Back to the Future, which that's my favorite movie of all time.
Oh, it's great.
There you go.
And
absolutely.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh yeah.
Hey bud, let's party.
When you watch Fast Times at Ridgemont High, it is so pure '80s, from the fashion to the mall.
Hey Luke,
it's incredible.
I don't mean to interject, but I'm actually between movies right now. So I was only going to pop on for a minute, but I just wanted to tell you, why didn't you tell me you were considering actually physically buying the substance? I could have just literally sent you my copy, dude.
I didn't know it was on digital by then.
You will have to wait. You will have to wait until January for it to come out, because that's the release date I heard.
No, it was a digital buy. So,
have you watched it yet, my dude?
Not yet. I'm still trying to find a day to actually mentally prepare myself to watch it, because I've heard some seriously weird shit about that movie.
It's a weird one, but it's great.
Mentally prepare yourself, wild. Luke.
Yeah, you're not.
There are times where I think I'm just I'm just professional about it because I've seen the Terrifier movies.
Yeah.
But then when I hear some weird shit about it, I'm like, okay, I don't know if I can.
I think it's different from Terrifier in the context, because it's more Cronenbergian than Terrifier.
Ooh. Yeah, that's what I heard, because I'm a big Cronenberg fan.
Cronenberg. I will say that I'm very used to Cronenberg.
So, Luke, I also need to tell you, next week sometime when I get a free day, actually, now that I think about it, the STL Film Festival is next week. So when I get a 90-minute chunk free, we got to watch some Beeves, homie.
In case you guys don't know what movies he's referring to this little comedy from this year called Hundreds of Beavers.
That is one of the funniest damn movies I've ever seen.
I never heard.
I don't think I've heard of that.
Just heard of it the other day.
So basically, this is how Grant describes it. It's basically like a mixture of Buster Keaton, Bugs Bunny, Super Mario, and Tim and Eric.
Yep.
It's like that's how he kind of describes the film, is those four concoctions.
It's entirely silent except for one line, which is oh shit, and shit is censored. And everything, and it comes like an hour into the movie. Everything else, it's silent. It's basically like this guy in the Wisconsin wilderness. He's like an alcoholic Applejack brewer who gets so drunk he blows up his supply, and then in order to get back to civilization and to win the heart of a young maiden, he has to kill hundreds of beavers for her father. He has to go from being just an idiot drunk to being like a fur trapper. And the way that the thing is done is it's done Looney Tunes style, and all of the animal characters are dudes in suits, like furry suits, and like as the movie goes on, the low budget is part of it, where like as the movie goes on, some of the costumes you can tell are intentionally not even trying for comic effect. Like there's a dude in a horse costume where it's literally like they put a sheet over him and they had like another dude on the butt side. And like
Looney Tunes.
It's hilarious.
That already sounds better than the opening Looney Tunes scene from Joker 2.
Okay, we will not have Joker 2 slander.
I have not seen Joker 2.
Oh, well, I won't spoil anything about that.
Hey,
all I heard is it's terrible.
I have a spoiler alert.
It's not terrible. It's not terrible.
I have a surprise.
It's not.
Okay, hot take. That movie's a misunderstood masterpiece, and the rest of you are wrong. I'm serious. I really love that movie.
I'm on your side. I'm a fan.
No, I definitely didn't hate it. I think when I reviewed it, I gave it a C+. Like I talked about, there's a lot of really, really great stuff about that film. There really is. But then there's things about that film that just didn't work for me personally. But I definitely do understand a lot of people's perspective on that film. Because it had nothing to do with the musical aspect. Because surprisingly, I love musicals. Some of my favorite movies of all time are musicals. Singing in the Rain, Grease.
Love Grease.
I mean, all that stuff. I mean, I love
West Side Story.
West Side Story. That's another one.
Yeah,
but like
both of them, honestly.
Oh yeah,
both.
But in general, I just love musicals. So it had nothing to do with it being a musical. But yeah, if anybody is curious, they could watch my review. But yeah, did not hate that film at all. I think people were saying that it was worse than Madam Web. I'm like, whoa.
Okay, that's the thing. It's not worse than Madam Web, and it sure is not worse than Megalopolis. I'm sorry. I'm going to die on that.
I haven't seen Megalopolis.
Megalopolis.
I'm just saying this. Like, I don't really know how to just to put it very briefly. The film Joker Folie à Deux just wasn't for me.
That's fair. And
I'll just say that it just was not for me. Like, I do not think the musical sequences fit whatsoever for me.
Luke, and you know what I have to say? That I respect that. I respect that you put it in those terms. My issue is with the people who seemingly are like bomb reviewing it, are reviewing it negatively to be trendy, and there are a few
clickbaiters, yeah.
Right.
we have those we have those kinds of people.
But see, that's what I respect about you, Luke, is that you always come at it from a real place. And if you look at it a second time and you realize you liked it more the second time, you admit kinds of kindness. You know, I mean, you admit when you may have not been in the mood at the first viewing for it. You know what I mean? Which I respect.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, guys, I'm gonna have to go see this probably terrible movie. So
what movie?
It's called The Carpenter. It's from a director who made a movie that literally came out a month ago that I got a critic screener for called Faith of Angels. And that movie was bad.
Oh no.
And but I will say this, if you are looking for a religious movie to take grandma to that's actually good, I have your first review for you because the embargo has not lifted. Best Christmas Pageant Ever was surprisingly really good. I saw it Saturday, and
And Grant, I
Yep.
really enjoyed Late Night with the Devil thanks to this guy right here.
Luke, thank you for showing him that.
too.
I didn't realize he had not seen that already.
I liked it
I can't
too.
believe it.
I wanted to show it to him. And one film trying to think of this actually. There's definitely a couple other films I want to show Michael because because I talked about them with him. I'm trying to think of one that I like.
I want Michael to see Kill if he hasn't seen it yet.
I have not seen that one yet.
Kill is great.
Kill is one of the most like underrated movies of the year.
Yeah.
Kill is great.
Is that a Hindi film?
Yeah, it's an Indian movie.
It's an Indian action movie.
Oh, that's right. I've heard of it. Yeah.
It's basically Train to Busan if you replaced zombies with like John Wick style like mafia dudes. It's fucking awesome.
Oh,
I'll give you one that I got this dude to watch. Actually, two of them.
Okay.
Two movies that I got this guy to watch, and they were both action movies, by the way. The Beekeeper and Monkey Man.
Hell yeah, Monkey Man.
I really liked Monkey Man a lot. I did.
I love Monkey Man.
I loved it too.
Like,
Mike.
I love that movie so much.
Michael, have you seen Strange Darling yet, though? Because that movie's great. Like, we can have underrated movies from this year.
I did see Strange Darling. I didn't review it, unfortunately, but yeah, that movie was.
I was actually referring to the other Michael, but you can answer too. It's cool.
Oh,
I keep forgetting there's two Michaels.
Just call me
That's
Mike
right.
too.
Two Lukes, two
Call me
Michaels.
Mike too.
Mike too.
That's going to be the name of our sitcom. Two Mikes, two Lukes, and a Grant. There you go.
That actually sounds catchy.
Yeah, I did not see Strange Darling.
Oh,
It's good.
I might show you that one, but
you know what?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, there is one that I really want to show you, Michael.
You know what we're gonna do on my channel? I've decided this, and it'll probably be around the same time as our best of stream. But I have to say, on Valentine's Day, if I'm not seeing Captain America, Mike and Luke, you're coming on my channel. We're doing a watch along for Strange Darling.
All right, there we
We
go.
need to do it for Valentine's Day because love hurts. So we need to
love her.
I want to see that. I want to see that movie too.
Speaking of, yeah, exactly.
I love her for seeing that.
That was
one, dude. That movie looks fucking rad.
It really does. And also, like, I'm sorry, the use of Celine Dion. Like, come on, that's awesome.
That's amazing.
Also, I gotta support my boy Kihue Kwan. What a legend!
Oh, of course.
I'm really
Awesome.
happy that
Yeah.
he got such a big resurgence. Honestly,
Me
Dude,
too.
if you looked at our Oscar stream last year, you can ask Luke. Luke and I were both. This is like the first time either of us have cried on camera on one of my streams when he did his speech. We actually were visibly crying.
Oh, I gotta see that now. I gotta see that now.
It was so moving. He's so awesome.
I mean, it's so inspirational. I mean, because he's obviously the Goonies, Short Round, and then Encino Man for like a couple scenes, and then he just kind of like stopped after that. Like he didn't really do that much. So being able to see him do Everything Everywhere All at Once, which I thought he was great in, and seeing him win an Oscar, I mean, that's a big deal. To not act for almost 20 years, and then the first film that you decide to be in right after, Oscar win.
Yeah,
that's
Best
incredible.
Yeah,
deservedly so. And the thing too is like my thing too is I think I made this observation on the stream actually, Luke, that was a great year for fans of the movie Encino Man because the best actor and the best supporting actor of that year were both Encino Man.
That's right. Yeah,
I like the way. And I'll just say this right now, even though she did win the Best Actress award, Michelle Yeoh is still very underrated. I feel like she doesn't get as much love as she deserves.
Dude, yeah.
Speaking of movies I'm seeing early that have Michelle Yeoh in it, I'm going like a week early to see Wicked in Dolby. Hell yeah. I'm excited.
I'm looking forward to that film.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that.
Which film was it? You said Wicked?
Wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Wizard of Oz one, right?
Yeah.
Strap yourselves in. Strap yourselves in. It's going to be an almost 3-hour film.
And it's only part one. It's only part one.
And it's only part one, yeah.
That's the weird part, yeah.
They're gonna end it at the intermission point of the musical. At the 3-hour mark.
Which I think is a smart idea.
Yeah.
I hope it's a better part one than the Strangers chapter 1.
That's his favorite movie.
Okay, now
Michael won. You that when you brought that title up, I almost threw up. I almost threw up in my mouth.
Excuse me, Michael. It is not my favorite movie. What it is I gave it a matinee because I went in with low expectations and I saw a worse movie before.
I said it's Luke's favorite movie.
Oh, it's Luke's favorite movie.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Luke?
This Luke or that Luke?
Just
Luke,
hearing that
Mr.
title
Mr. Irvin.
made me throw up in my mouth, dude. That movie is awful.
Yeah, no. So that was my answer for the question you asked me earlier, Luke. Is which is the movie I was like dying to walk out of?
That was The Strangers Chapter 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to walk out.
Okay, the question.
So bad.
So you're saying then I gotta go. But you're saying the question. What was the closest I came to walking out of a movie this year? Even though there are worse movies than this year, I'm looking at you.
Borderlands.
Afraid.
Borderlands. No, Afraid was great if you view it as a comedy. There
was a section. I don't know if I only saw it once because I can imagine watching it again. When I saw Afraid, it literally felt like there was a section of 20 minutes that was just randomly cut out.
Dude,
The movie was missing a second act. That was the problem.
It's my bottom movie of the year.
That was a problem.
Yes, same.
The other problem.
My least favorite. Thank you.
Well, and that was the other problem too. Was swatting saves the world and solves everything. Thanks, Mom.
And what was up with the subplot with the parents finding? What was up with the parents finding their daughter and they're wearing emoji masks and they have guns and it's like what was that subplot? Can anybody actually explain? I don't care.
No, dude,
I don't think anyone
didn't even
can.
have any formal structure. And
everything in that movie was so inexplicable. She shows up, she takes the mask off. It's Ricky Lindholm, and Catherine Waterston's character seems to know her. We have no context that they ever met before. There's no other scene between the two of them. It just comes the F out of nowhere, and it's kind of hilarious.
I seriously I can't. I don't know if this was like studio interference or whatnot.
Oh, absolutely.
I cannot imagine somebody actually watching the film, producers going, cut, print. That's how we're gonna release it. Like, dude, I can't imagine someone actually agreeing to that. I can't.
Dude, 96% of the trailer is not in the movie. That movie.
Yes.
And
that's lowballing it.
Dude, it reminds me of I don't know if you guys remember this. It seems like everybody forgot about it. It was a movie that was released on Disney Plus. It was Artemis Fowl. You remember that?
So
Artemis Fowl, because it came out like during the pandemic. It was like early 2020, I think. The trailer for it came out
to theaters.
Oh, dude, the trailer came out for it.
The trailer was a year and a half ago before the film actually premiered on Disney Plus.
The first trailer, not one piece of footage. I'm telling you, not one piece of footage from the first trailer was in the movie. Not one.
Okay, guys. I don't say this lightly because I kind of spat on the people who overuse this term, but I'm going to use it for Artemis Fowl. It's justified. That movie raped my childhood. There. That's a great series of books that they turned into just the most generic kind of faux superhero origin story bullshit. I wanted to throw my freaking remote at the TV. I'm so angry.
Now, Grant, did you see Luke's stream the other night? I mentioned, I think, like a film.
The one where he passed out for like 2 hours and forgot.
No. I mentioned a film, and Luke said, "Oh, that's Grant's favorite film."
Oh God, what?
But he hates it.
What was it?
I forgot what it was though. I have to rewatch the stream though. But
probably Horizon.
But Luke said right up here, "That's Grant's favorite film." But
what was it?
He was joking, saying that you hated it.
What was it, Luke? I don't know.
I actually don't remember what it was either.
There were a few of those. Was it Elemental?
I got homework.
I hated that piece of shit.
Yeah, right.
I think it was a film from this year.
From this year, was it Mega Shitless?
No,
because I hated that. No, see, that was the movie. That movie, Borderlands. Those were the two movies where about 5 minutes in, I was like, I gotta go. I can't stay. I gotta go. And I said, damn it, it's my job. Fuck. So I stayed.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's the
Megalopolis
thing,
made me
man.
lose the will to live after like 5 minutes.
It's funny, man, is because like it's not my job to review movies. I just do it because I like to. There's
Yeah.
many times where like I'll just watch a movie because I'm like, you know what, I kind of just want to review it. I don't even know what this movie is. Let me watch it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, this movie fucking sucks. Like, did you guys ever see the movie that came out this year, The Exorcism with Russell Crowe?
Oh,
Skip that
Hated
one.
it. Oh, dude, it is awful. It is, and it was funny. Apparently,
was so bad.
the director of that film said that he had no idea that Russell Crowe was in The Pope's Exorcist. I'm like, yes, you did. Yes, you
Well,
did.
here's the thing. I believe him, and I'll explain why. Because that movie, initially, majority of it was shot like 5 years ago, and they did a bunch of reshoots when they realized The Pope's Exorcist was a hit. It was under a different title. It wasn't even called The Exorcist. It was called like the Georgetown movie or something, and they moved it. So I actually kind of believe him that he didn't realize.
Oh, so I didn't even. So I guess that changes my viewpoint then, because I didn't realize they filmed that before. I actually kind of enjoyed The Pope's Exorcist slightly. I thought it was not bad.
I actually really enjoyed that movie.
It was a guilty pleasure, but it was a pleasure regardless.
I just love the thing that Russell. I just love when Russell Crowe, whenever he gets annoyed by somebody, he just goes blip 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 blip. He does that in the movie. It's hilarious.
I'm excited for Gladiator 2, but I have to say, I prefer the original script idea where he like time travels and tries to kill Jesus Christ, and then everybody tries. That's literally what the plot was going to be. I'm not kidding you. In 2001, yes.
Wow.
And apparently, the last like act of it was going to be that he was like some kind of. He was working in a woodworking shop in like modern day New York. I'm not kidding you. He's like a time traveling gladiator. He fakes his own death and time. He dies, and at the moment of death, time travels. That was originally what Ridley Scott wanted to do.
That's bizarre.
That's interesting.
Ridley doesn't always make the best decisions, unfortunately.
So basically, they were going to use the original ending they should have used from the book of Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, basically. where it's
Yeah, but
like,
that's a classic.
well, I liked the movie, but the book was better. The most intense apple tree chopping scene in movie history.
Right.
Absolutely.
Speaking of awesomeness, I just rewatched John Wick on the big screen. Holy shit, that movie's fire. Man,
I'm thinking
I
I'm
never
back.
seen any of them.
Michael,
Dude, go watch them.
you
Drop
cheeky
and go
boy,
watch them.
you need to go watch them right now, young man.
All four of them. You need to.
All four of them are bangers. All four.
Okay,
Fourth one's really, really long. Don't get me wrong. It is really long, but it's great.
the best. But
I think the fourth one's the best.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
It was great.
It's the movie that all of them were building to. Before I go, I have to say, God bless the Alamo Drafthouse, because thanks to them, I saw 5 horror films I'd never seen in one day. I saw one called what was the name of it? God, Blood Horror, I think it was called. There was that one. There's one called The House That Dripped Blood. Christopher Lee. It was great. The movie Pieces, the slasher movie. I'd never seen that. The unrated cut, apparently. The original Japanese The Ring, and James Gunn's Slither. That was the only James Gunn movie I'd never seen.
You know, I have Slither, but never watched it yet.
Slither is
love Slither.
I have the Shout Factory release.
Oh, dude, Slither is awesome. What's his face? God, Michael
Rooker.
Michael Rooker.
Who I had like a 15-minute conversation with at STL Comic-Con once. He's really nice.
Despite the fact that he always plays the most fucked up characters ever. Like, if you guys have ever seen Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer?
Henry Portraits and Mallrats. Let's not forget Mr. Svenning from Mallrats.
That's right.
Mallrats.
I made him laugh because I said that I was gonna offer him a chocolate-covered pretzel, but I didn't think it would be appropriate because he was so nice. I also asked him if he would say, "I'm Mary Poppins, y'all," and he did. He was cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
I also met the dude who played Squidward, and my friend is the biggest SpongeBob nerd on the planet.
Roger Bumpus.
Roger Bumpus.
Roger Bumpus, yeah.
Who sounds like a normal guy. He was wearing like the Bold and Brash Squidward painting on his shirt, and I asked him like, my friend is a massive. Massive
I thought
fan.
he was based here in Arkansas as well.
Mhm.
There's a voice actor for SpongeBob that's based here in Arkansas.
That's awesome.
Or is it Clancy Brown?
Clancy Brown played Mr. Krabs.
Clancy
That's
Brown
right,
has
yes.
played everything.
Clancy Brown's
To
awesome.
be fair, yeah,
Clancy
yeah.
Brown is the best.
There can be only one.
Can be only one. What was? Oh, the Penguin.
Highlander.
I was gonna think of what was the most recent thing I saw him in. The Penguin. He was Maroni.
I still haven't watched yet.
Fucking awesome. Anyway, it is.
Yeah.
So, but no, I told him, like, could you do a line as Squidward? Like, I know you get this a lot, but my friend would die. And he was talking like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. And then he immediately did I didn't realize it was Happy Hopping Moron Day. And I was like, oh my God. You didn't write this. Even
I didn't
Squidward
realize
is-
it was Happy Hopping Moron Day.
Oh, Squidward. But here's the thing: as the older I get, the more I feel sympathetic towards Squidward. He just wants to be left alone.
I think we all.
I
I,
know,
think we all
right?
feel like that.
It's like,
It's one of those things you kind of pick up on as you watch. Like if you watch the movie Falling Down with Michael Douglas, you watch
Oh,
it as
yeah.
a kid, you're like, Michael Douglas is crazy. You get older, you're like, I get it. I get it.
You
I
get
can-
it. Yeah.
You know
I can
what?
I can relate to
Even
Squidward.
for
I
a
can
guy,
deal with.
even for someone like me that is 21 years old, I actually agree with a lot of his viewpoints.
I have to say, I relate.
You're
to
only
Squidward.
21?
Yep,
Like,
only
I
21.
relate.
I'm
I
20.
relate to Squidward.
I thought you were older
Squidward
than
after-
Luke. Luke, for the longest time, I thought you were like maybe 28 or 29.
Oh my!
Michael,
you won't-
I'm gonna say you're not the first person that has given me those kinds of comments, dude. You're not the first person to say that.
But guys,
You won't know
I-
what my age is.
my late grandfather, God rest his soul, always said to leave him with a joke, with a witticism. So I can relate to Squidward. I have to deal with Luke's bullshit every day of the week. All right, bye everybody.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
I guess that's the best way to end it off.
I love you guys. I love you guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
See you, Grant.
All right. See you, David.
All right.
Yeah, no,
Actually
'cause
needed
I'm yeah.
drop as well.
So
All right, Luke. It was good meeting you, man.
So enjoyed
Good
hanging
meeting you.
out.
See you later.
I'm gonna go try to watch The Penguin, and then got to get ready for another week of work.
All right, man. Have a
I'm
good
off
one.
tomorrow, so I can relax.
Nice.
Same here,
All right.
surprisingly.
Thank you for being here, man.
Thanks,
Cheers.
Luke.
meeting
Yeah,
ya.
appreciate it. Yep. Good meeting y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, Luke. Yeah, because I'm 25. So I mean, I don't know if you guys probably guessed how old I was, but yeah, for the longest time, Luke, I always thought you were older than me. That blows my mind.
I'm
Yeah,
33.
But like I said though,
Oh,
man, you're
shit.
not the first person to give me those kinds of comments. Like I've had comments of people saying that I look like I'm 30. But
I get
It's
comments.
crazy.
I get comments from people saying that I'm 18, 17, but I'm 33.
to be fair, you actually do kind of look that way though, Michael. Like let's be fair.
Yeah.
Let's be fair. I kind of did get that feeling, but then when I saw you had like a job at Costco, I'm like, oh, this guy looks like he's in his 30s.
It's like I guess he's got the Andy Milonakis treatment, where Andy Milonakis is almost in his 50s, but he still looks like he's 12.
Yeah.
I love Andy
That's a good way of
Milonakis.
putting it.
Yeah.
I love the show. I loved his show.
Oh my dude, I love. You guys ever seen the movie with Ryan Reynolds and Justin Long, Waiting?
No.
Oh my god,
I know he's in it,
love
though.
that movie, dude. I
Andy
love that
and
movie.
Andy Milonakis is in that film. He plays as like a busboy. Oh yeah, Michael, if you get a chance, you need to watch Waiting. It's basically Clerks if it takes place at a restaurant. That's basically what it is.
Yes. I think I watched that film during COVID. Actually,
It's good.
I watched that film during COVID. And my mind was blown with
Yeah, I
how
see-
crazy how crazy that movie is. And hold on, we got another guest here. Holy shit!
Hey!
Noah!
Buddy
What's
Noah.
up, man?
Noah's in the building.
What's going on, dude?
Well, I had to wait. I had to wait. You know why. You know
How's
why.
it going, man?
It's going good, guys. It's been a day and a half. Busy. Busy.
I feel that, man. No doubt.
We're I think we can say we're all busy in our own rights. Like
Yes.
Right. Well, I mean, because we all have regular jobs. I mean, what do you guys, to kind of get the movie topic off? What do you guys do for livings?
I work at Costco.
Costco, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I flip
Mhm.
pizzas. That's what I do. I flip pizzas and I watch a lot of movies. That's what I do.
There you go.
I work as
I
a
do
dietary aide in a nursing home. I'm one of 2 dietary aides.
Oh, awesome.
And I work in a
I'm
shoe store.
so I'm the guy that mostly does
Nice.
dishes. I'm the guy that runs the dishes through the dishwasher,
Okay.
and I will also help pass out trays to residents upstairs because we have 3 different wings upstairs for different resident rooms. But then we have one downstairs where nurses stay at because they are most of them are dementia patients.
Right.
Mhm.
And sometimes when you work in the kitchen, because that's where I work, it can be hell to deal with that because
Oh yeah.
because I think it was either last week or a couple of weeks ago, one of them actually tried to escape.
Oh wow.
Is that pretty common or not really?
Not common to me.
Oh.
Here it's common. Here, yeah. Here in this county, yeah. we
But
we had one.
Let's go to you, Noah. Let's go to you.
Well, I do something very boring. I work in a shoe store, so
He's Al Bundy.
yeah. when I tell you, I feel like Al Bundy sometimes.
He comes home, sits on the couch, goes like.
Sounds about right.
That's in the middle of every day. What are you talking about? Walking home from work. No, that was me 5 minutes ago.
Luke, I just noticed your Rob Zombie Halloween poster. If I would have seen that beforehand, and I would have literally hit you up to do a review of Rob Zombie's Halloween with me because I tried to do that for my spooky season special. And the problem is, I don't know if any of you guys can relate. Sometimes it's easy for me to review movies, but then when there's another movie that I really like to talk about a lot, sometimes it's nice to have a person to hop back off on and talk about. We'll definitely have to plan. We'll definitely have to plan that for next year. That'll be awesome.
Definitely. I mean, and if there's ever a film that you really do want to talk about and you want me to do so, let me know because I'll be down to talk. I'll be down to talk any movie with you, man.
Let's do it. Yeah, man. I
anything.
definitely need more people to hop back off on, man. Like it makes movie reviewing easier because obviously we all review movies and stuff. I know you guys I guarantee you guys know for a fact, like, obviously when we're filming ourselves, we're talking, and there's probably like a good 5 to 7 minutes of us just sitting in silence, waiting for us to say something else that we have to edit out when we do our reviews.
There are times like where that happens, where it's like I get stumped, and it's like I don't know what I'm going to say, so I just wait for a few seconds. Think. Okay, back to business.
Right. Oh, and sometimes I talk really fast when I do my reviews. I'll be like, oh, Halloween was directed by John Carpenter and stars Jamie, and then I'll just keep going back and forth over and over again, and then I'll realize, holy crap, I talked way too much. Now, like there's been times where I've talked so fast and I would mess up on a word that I would literally have to redo the entire review because I just look at it and I go, this was horrible.
Michael knows this. With me, I don't record anymore. I just go live. So
Smart.
When I'm live, I review 6 or 7 films in a row, along with news topics and everything else.
Yeah.
So if I mess up, I'm live. So I don't edit anything
about it.
So
I literally can't do anything about
it. If you ever mess up, here's gonna be your catchphrase, Noah. You always got to say, no cuts, no edits. This is live. I don't give a shit.
Well, I have film clips that I put in now. So, I mean, if I stutter, I put in that one, I think it's from Billy Madison.
Oh, yeah.
You blew it.
You blew it.
You blew it.
That, then I got Dumb and Dumber. So you're telling me there's a chance.
You're telling me there's a chance.
Wait,
then, my one, I have no idea where the hell I'm going to... I have to sneak this in something. It's What Knockers. Thank you, Doctor.
Dude, I was gonna say, speaking on Dumb and Dumber, hey, are those your skis?
Yep.
That's right. They're yours.
Both of them.
Both of them. Yeah. Cool.
Damn it, dude. Now I don't. Great.
And the guest
Now I have
comes out.
now I have the urge to watch Billy Madison again.
I love Billy Madison. Every time when it
Hey,
comes on TV, I watch it.
Hey.
Oh, back to school to prove to Dad I'm not a fool.
Let's
Stop looking at me,
also
Swan.
go around the room with this one. Favorite Adam Sandler comedy? I'll go first. Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. Yes.
Yes, let's go, baby.
You're on, buddy. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
You eat pieces of shit for
suck,
breakfast?
you jackass.
Yeah. The price is wrong, bitch.
That's the
I
only.
think
That's
you've
the
had
only
enough.
best part of that movie.
What was that?
That's the only best part of that movie.
What?
What?
I love Happy
Michael.
Gilmore, dude. That is the best Adam Sandler comedy.
I
It
love
is-
Happy
I
Gilmore.
take-
Hilarious. I watched it so many times. Like, it's so quotable. Like, remember the gator that got your hand? I
I
got,
got
his
his
head.
head.
Ah!
My
And then-
favorite
and then
Billy
the- and
Madison.
then- Oh, Billy Madison's great too, but Happy Gilmore I grew up with the most, definitely. But yeah, no, I love him.
What's
I love
another great Happy Gilmore. First, my dad, now Chubbs. Anybody get close to dies. If I were you, I'd run.
I watch Billy Madison more times than I watch Happy Gilmore.
Same with me.
That's fair, but
Yeah.
like I have to thank my brother for Happy Gilmore though, because that movie, like, I also remember like one of the last times I visited my grandpa in the hospital. That he was obviously watching TV and that Happy Gilmore was on, and I'm like, oh, I'm watching this.
Oh, dude, it's such a comfort movie. I love watching that. And then another movie that I used to watch with my brother. So we used to watch Happy Gilmore. We used to love watching Tommy Boy. That's not Adam Sandler, but love Tommy Boy.
It's around that ballpark.
Yeah.
What was that?
It's around that ballpark. Like, to be
Look,
fair.
Close, SNL stars and all that stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
SNL
Chris
style
Farley,
comedy.
David Spade,
I love
right.
Tommy Boy.
which I
Well,
never seen Tommy Boy though.
You should, man. It's great. But here's a good question because I'm about to get off right here. I got to get ready for tomorrow. But here's a good question to ask you guys. What is one movie that's insanely popular? Majority of people love it. Majority of critics love it. But no matter how many times you watch it, you just don't understand the hype and can't get into it.
I got it. Automatic. Arrival.
Okay, fair.
I've watched this film once.
I agree with Noah. When I saw Arrival, I thought the film was just okay to me.
Yeah.
Here's one for me. I've seen this movie once. I watched it for the first time this year. Anytime I think about it, I still don't understand why people love it so much. It's a film called Stalker.
I never heard of it.
Stalker.
It's one of those films released on the Criterion Collection. I know that much for sure.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Stalker. Yeah.
Funny thing, I was at Barnes and Noble today, and I came across it.
I am not a fan. I'm not a big fan of that film. I think that film is just okay, but it is just not for me. Like, I think that's the best way to kind of get sometimes your opinion across whenever you talk about films like that. Like for a demographic, just say, not for me.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for me, it's really, really hard because I'm a big movie lover, but not that this film is like considered a masterpiece. I am not the biggest fan of Four Brothers.
Okay.
I never seen it.
I actually really enjoyed that movie, but I respect it. I respect it.
No. Oh yeah, no. I think it's a good movie. I really do. But there's a really huge loyal fan base for that movie, and I'm just like, I mean, it's good, but it's not the greatest thing I've ever seen. I don't know what all the hype is, but yeah, no, that's definitely one that I'm not understanding, like why the movie's so
Why everybody talks
beloved.
about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I definitely get that. Another one that I'm trying to think of it really quick. Another one I can think of is a little foreign film called Burning that came out back in 2018. It was one that Chris Stuckman
I heard
had on
about
his
that.
best films of the year, and I watched it and I'm like, it's good, but this though? What?
No. Oh yeah, no. I watched it. I watched it, and I love foreign films. Especially Asian cinema. I love Asian cinema, but yeah, Burning. I don't know. It just wasn't really for me.
If you guys watch a lot of okay, let's go with this one. What is your favorite kind of foreign film? Like, let's say like different like language kind of foreign films. Like, what's like the best ones to you?
I never watched any foreign film. I only just watched one.
For me, even though like there's Chinese and Japanese films, I love Asian cinema. Like I said, I love like obviously Bong Joon-ho's films, Parasite, and then obviously Asian horror like Ringu, The Wailing, The Host, Audition is one of my favorite horror films of all time. Love Audition. I just reviewed it about a couple days ago for my channel. If you guys have never seen Audition, make sure you don't eat before you watch it.
That's like, hey, I gotta say to Luke, I gotta say to Luke, that's what he just said. That's something you need when you see the substance.
Yeah, I don't plan on that, but I'm just saying. But I'll tell you this one for my favorite in regards to foreign cinema. I'm gonna go with Korean.
Yes, yeah,
I'm going with Korean films because stuff like Old Boy.
Yes,
I Saw the Devil, Parasite,
Mother.
Like, yeah, and also Japanese. Like, I love Japanese films. Like, if you guys have never seen the Japanese horror film Cure from Kiyoshi Kurosawa, please check that out.
I got that right now. I'm looking for that.
Yep. The Criterion Collection.
Yep, that one of those movies released on the Criterion Collection. Kiyoshi Kurosawa. Yes, Michael.
Dude,
yes.
This movie is close to being 30 years old, very close to being 30 years old, but it looks so modern. Like the cinematography is beautiful.
It holds up perfectly.
Yes.
For the time that it came out. Like, it actually it doesn't even feel like a movie that was even made in the 90s. It looks like something that you could have made today.
No, same with another really good example is Seven. That movie came out in 1995, and I look at Seven, I'm like, dude, whoever the cinematographer was for this, and I think it's the same cinematographer that mostly works with David Fincher, Seven looks like it came out in 2010.
It does, yeah. Yeah, that's a great point. Now, God, now I'm talking about it. That makes me want to rewatch Cure.
Oh, dude, Cure!
I gotta say,
I've seen Cure so many times.
I gotta say this. I'm watching the news here, and they're talking about like the box office. Venom: The Last Dance topped the box office for 26 million in the second week.
I just watched it last night.
I enjoyed it.
I did too. I mean, at this point, I've kind of accepted Venom for being like the goofy buddy comedy films. At this point, it's not what we wanted necessarily, but out of all the non-Spider-Man Sony films, they're definitely the best out of what we've gotten. Maybe Kraven the Hunter might change, but I enjoyed it. I also think that it was a good send-off. Like The Last Dance, it wasn't a perfect film, and there were definitely moments where I'm just especially the one thing I hated, even though this is my favorite Marvel, because I'm a big comic book reader, my favorite Marvel villain of all time is Null. I was so excited to see Null, and this is just him the whole film.
With white hair.
And then they made a big deal because Andy Serkis voices him. It's like, well, technically they really could have gotten anybody. They made a big deal. We got Andy Serkis, huge actor voicing Noel. He's in the film for 30 seconds.
But doesn't he play him like wearing makeup?
I think it might have been motion capture.
Yeah,
I think it was motion capture. Yeah,
he's actually in the film for like 30 seconds tops.
Yeah,
it tops with that.
You know, I talked to my friend and he absolutely agreed. Noel in the new Venom movie was very similar to the Fallen from Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, where like he's in the beginning of Revenge of the Fallen and then he shows up at the end of the film and that's it. But then like he's supposed to be this big threat, but then when you see him again, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot he was even in this film.
Yeah, like you get those kinds of, and it's like, well then, if you were gonna do that, then why did you even bother just going that route.
Exactly. But I can't lie. The last 30 minutes of Last Dance, it was entertaining as shit.
It was so entertaining.
It was. I think those last 30 minutes are just incredible to me. Like,
yeah.
And I thought this was better. I thought this was better than Carnage.
Yeah,
easily. I mean, I like all
Way
three of
better.
them, honestly. I like all three of them. I did like Let There Be Carnage. Like,
I do too. I actually thought Woody Harrelson was a good Cletus Cassidy.
Yeah,
I think as Cletus Cassidy, he's great, but Carnage was wasted.
Yeah, definitely.
And that film should have been rated R instead of PG-13.
I agree. It should have been rated R. I mean, do you actually want to know which one of the Sony Spider-Man movies should have been rated R? Morbius.
Yes.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you this right now.
Should have been rated R.
I'm telling you this right now. Somewhere there exists the original R-rated cut of Morbius, because everybody knows Morbius went through more reshoots than any superhero film like ever.
Ever. And I gotta say, I enjoy that film.
I know you probably enjoy what's his face, Matt Smith's dancing in that movie.
That just made me laugh.
That movie.
Definitely not a good movie, but I mean, I'm a defender of the name of the movie just popped on my head. Adam Sandler, he plays a brother and a sister.
Jack and Jill.
Jack and Jill. Oh.
Jack and Jill. I'm a defender of Jack and Jill. I don't care. I want a Dunkaccino right now at 10:45 at night.
I'm a defender of that too. I actually enjoyed that film. I actually saw that in the theater when it came out.
Oh, that movie.
If my theater played it, I know what.
Let's not talk about that one though for right
now.
Yeah.
But guys, I have to go. But this is always a blast, and I'll talk to y'all later.
See you later, man.
Have a good one,
and
Noah.
I gotta say, The Wild Robot made $7 million, back to number 2 in domestic theaters.
Yes,
Smile
sir.
2,
Good.
Smile 2 rounded out top 3 with $6 million.
Let's go, man.
That's crazy. Yeah, I think in general, like The Last Dance, without going too much into it, I think it was actually kind of a nice send off. Like, I can't lie, I thought it was bittersweet. I thought the ending was actually nice. I really did.
I thought
it
the
was
song
very nice.
was good. Memories.
But obviously, like, there's problems with all the movies. Like, I think they show that Tom Hardy is being treated like a terrorist, like he killed a cop and now he's on the run. But now he's just in New York City. It's like, what is his plan in New York City? Like, what is he going to do? Is he going to start a new life? Is he going to change his name? Like, what is his plan without Venom? It seems very odd.
Yeah, like what they were trying to go for with at least that part of it, I'm like, okay, you could have given us just a little bit more with that. But
thank you for subscribing. I just got the notification. Thanks, man.
I gotta show you guys this that I picked up today. I picked up these 2 books.
Oh yeah, let's see.
Let's see.
Steven Spielberg, all the films, story behind every movie, every episode of a TV show he directed, and the ambulance short. So it goes from like the beginning stages, like of his life when he was born, up until current. So it talks about him growing up, him getting to him wanting to get into filmmaking, how he was on a Universal Studios tour. He got off the bus and just roamed around Universal Studios, and it talked about how he shot his short films. He would leave his short films for like studio execs to watch.
Yeah, I mean, we basically got to see that in The Fabelmans.
Yeah.
Which I absolutely fucking adore, dude. I love
Fabelmans.
Oh, dude, it was crazy. I rewatched it, and I completely forgot that it's close to being a 3-hour film.
Yeah,
but it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it, man. And dude, I gotta say, man, Gabriel LaBelle has been on a roll, dude.
Yes, he has.
Dude, he fucking played a loose version of Steven Spielberg in The Fabelmans. And dude, he got to fucking play Lorne Michaels in Saturday Night.
which was awesome.
Was it good? I still
movie.
haven't seen it yet.
It's good.
It's quite good.
It's
very
very
chaotic though. I'll give you this.
Is it specific?
Really
Does the movie specifically take place just through the first night of Saturday Night?
Yes.
The first 90 minutes before they aired the first episode of Saturday Night Live.
Gotcha. Okay.
And and the film moves at a fast pace.
Yeah, I've heard
feel
a lot.
Single bit of the runtime.
And the way how it was filmed, it's got that 70s feel to it. Like you're watching a film, like you see like the pops and
the costumes definitely scream 70s for sure.
Definitely. I was really happy when I heard Jason Reitman was working on that film. I think he's a very underrated director.
I love Jason Reitman.
Definitely.
And him and Gil Kennan wrote the script for this one.
Ooh, I love
Saturday Night. Him and Gil Kennan.
I love me some Gil Kennan. My favorite Gil Kennan movie, Monster House. I love
Monster House, brother.
Dude, I watch Monster House every single year. I love it.
I got another Spielberg book as well. This is a retrospective, and on the back from
Sammy Fableman.
Yep, from the Fablemans. Yep.
Yeah, so, man. I'll tell you this right now. My dream film to make, which I don't know if it'll ever happen, or I would love to see. I want to see. Did you guys ever watch The Disaster Artist with James Franco?
Oh, no. Yes.
I want to see a movie about the making of Jaws.
Yeah, I would actually love to see that too.
I would do that movie.
Get Gabriel to come back to play Steven, just for the hell of it.
Yeah, I mean, I would actually like to see that. But here's the thing, though. I actually want to preface this. Steven Spielberg actually actually got to go to every single live viewing of Saturday Night Live throughout its entire first season.
I did not know that.
Because LaBelle actually was talking with Steven Spielberg about it one day because obviously LaBelle is Lorne Michaels in Saturday Night, and he kind of told him about that stories because at the time Spielberg was living in Los Angeles.
Right.
And every single Friday he would fly out to New York, stay the night, and then go back Sunday morning. Like
that was pretty nice.
Throughout that first season. Like and it was around the time that Jaws came out. Like it had just come out that summer.
That's incredible. That's a movie that will never get old. Never.
You know, I watched Jaws for the first time in July.
What did you think?
July.
What was your honest opinion?
It was a classic. I loved it, and
I think very rarely you won't find. I mean, you'll probably find some people that say they're not into movies like Jaws, but I think very rarely you're ever going to find someone that can genuinely say Jaws is a terrible movie.
No,
no,
nobody.
There's not any one person that I know that has said that.
No.
After I watched it, I wanted to watch it again.
Yeah,
it's that good.
I think I probably watch it maybe at least once or twice a year. Honestly,
it's amazing.
But I would recommend you guys get this book because it goes through everything from his life to to like how like the stuff got made. It talks about his studio Amblin. They also mention Amazing Stories, which was the show that he created in the 80s, which I love. I have the DVD set of it, but I'm almost done with the series. So, but
I'm definitely gonna have to check it out. I'm definitely gonna have to check it out because Spielberg is one of my biggest inspirations as far as film and like filmmaking.
Yeah,
love the man to death.
Spielberg is the one that makes me want to become a filmmaker, and that's my career.
Oh yeah, like I can definitely. I mean, I haven't seen every single Spielberg film, but I've seen 9. I've probably seen like 98% of his films. I think the one that I didn't see was one that he did. It was like after Duel. I've seen Duel. That was his very first movie.
It was.
Wasn't it the Sugarland? It's the
Sugarland Express. Yeah, haven't seen the Sugarland Express. I haven't seen 1941.
I haven't seen that either.
But even Spielberg has even said that he doesn't really consider that movie to be his because he was kind of just hired to do it and he didn't really care about the material.
And it was a mess. But they said that in the book too.
Yeah, exactly. So I think like I don't think Spielberg has ever made a terrible film. Like I think he's definitely made movies that like aren't as great as they could have been, but I can't
Yeah.
really say he's made like a god awful film. Well, maybe Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but I have a soft
No,
spot.
I enjoy Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It's so fun.
I don't really care for. I don't really like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Would you guys watch that or Dial of Destiny?
Dial of Destiny, honestly.
I gotta watch Dial of Destiny again. I saw it once in theaters, haven't seen it since. I didn't hate it, but I mean, for me, for me, very similar to the Terminator films, where I just stop at 2. I stop after Last Crusade.
I never seen T2 though. I'm the only one.
Oh, it's
yeah, and I will tell you, but I'm gonna make that change. I'm gonna help this guy make that change.
Yeah, dude, Michael, Terminator 2. Have you seen the first one?
Of course.
Okay. Well, I'm saying T2. Even if you're not a film buff at all, even if you do not like to watch movies, you have to watch T2 at least once.
I love to watch movies.
T2 is great. I'm telling you, man. I met Edward Furlong, who played John Connor. Well, one of the John Connors, because there's always a different actor that plays John Connor.
Oh, of course.
Edward Furlong was awesome. Like he's such a sweet and nice guy. I met him. He was at like this place called Asylum Records, and he was doing a signing with James DeBello for a movie that they did called Detroit Rock City.
Oh, I love Detroit Rock City.
Dude, it's so underrated. It's an underrated comedy.
It is hilarious.
I never seen it.
I'm trying to it might be a little bit hard to see, but here, that's me right there.
Here, let me I'll pull this up here. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's John
awesome.
Yeah.
That is so dope, bro.
Yeah, I've never seen Detroit Rock City.
I think you should watch it, Michael. It's kind of like an old throwback to like those like early like teen stoner comedies. It came out in 1999, and it's basically about these 4 teenagers that are trying to go to a Kiss concert. One of the kids,
speaking of Kiss, you're wearing it.
Yeah, as you can see, I'm a big Kiss fan. I love Kiss. My favorite
it's
band.
kind of giving off that.
Yeah, right. I'm huge Kiss fan. I've always loved Kiss as a kid. But this kid, one of the kids, one of the teenagers, his mom, who's played by the great Lynn Shay from Insidious, incredible. She plays as a very religious Catholic woman, and she finds the Kiss tickets and destroys them. So the entire film is them trying to figure out how to get to the Kiss concert.
So it's like a road trip movie.
It is a road trip movie.
But it's really, really good. It's a lot of fun. It's very the directing style is very over the top, but it's what makes it unique from other stoner films that just kind of had the camera sitting there as people would talk. But in Detroit Rock City, like everything is always just happening right as it's going. It's incredible. And it's got a great soundtrack too.
I heard of it though, but
yeah, I mean, hey, there's a girl walking on the side of the road. We should pull over and help her out.
I mean,
they make scary movies that start out like that.
But they make porno movies that start out like that too, man.
Yes.
I
love that movie. I love Detroit Rock City.
Or he's like, how's it hanging, Padre? We were planning on taking our friend Jam to the big satanic Kiss concert tonight, if that's okay with you. Satan, Santa, hey, whoa, Santa and Satan, they're the same letters. It's the same fucking guy. Or then he looks at the nun and he's like, hey, what are you doing, Sister Gonorrhea? Waiting for a bus? They literally took the balls by having a priest get high off of mushrooms in that movie.
Oh God.
You cannot make a movie like that. You cannot make a movie like this today, dude.
Oh no, you can't. And then Michael, like I said, it's not really much of a spoiler thing because like I won't spoil what happens at the end of the film, but there are so many cameos in this film. Even fucking Ron Jeremy has a cameo.
Yes.
The Ron Jeremy. Oh, you got to, man. Definitely check it out. Ron Jeremy, just huge cast. I'll just say it's got not like A-list celebrities, but like it's one of those things where you're like, hey, I know that guy. Kind of one of those things.
Cool. Yeah,
It's great.
Luke, I gotta show you something.
All right.
Let's see it.
I picked up.
Ooh.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Glenn Powell has been getting so huge lately.
After it was after Top Gun that he started to get his big break, you know, with stuff like Anyone But You, Hitman, and Twisters.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's funny because he had acted before, like he had a couple small roles and stuff, but Top Gun Maverick completely just went out of the way. And I'm like, I'm surprised it took him that long to get his big big break, because he's a really charming and really good actor.
I never seen any of the Top Gun films.
And I'll tell you this right now, dude. Glenn Powell just seems like a really genuine dude.
He does.
Like he's all over the place.
I've seen him in interviews, and he is really funny. Like,
yeah, no, he's awesome.
I mean, if you guys also did see Anyone But You, he is fucking hilarious in that movie.
He is, and it's funny because I'm not like the biggest fan of romantic comedies. It just kind of all depends. But I really liked Anyone But You. I thought that was actually like one of the better rom-coms, because most of them are just kind of the same to me. But I really did like him in that film. I thought he was hilarious.
But the reason why that film is so good is because it actually is kind of an homage to like early 2000s cheesy romantic comedies. Like it's kind of like around that ballpark. I mean,
oh yeah,
I bench 295, sometimes 300s. I just don't do cardio.
Yeah, right, dude.
And oh my god, your hot girl fit.
And dude,
hot girl fit.
And I love Sydney Sweeney. Like Sydney Sweeney is another actress that has just been blowing up.
That's my girl.
No, I love her. She, obviously, she's beautiful, but she can act. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw Immaculate. She's incredible.
Oh yes.
She's incredible. That was one of the most craziest and most ballsy endings I've ever seen.
I enjoyed her when she was hosting SNL this year.
Oh yeah, she's like, you probably didn't see me in Madam Web.
And I did. Good girl.
Yeah. She's the only good thing about Madam Web.
I mean, she's awesome to look at in that movie.
That's what I meant. She's awesome to look at in that movie. Yeah.
I'm excited. She's doing some like movie. I can't remember the female boxer's name, but she's starring in a movie about like a real life female boxer. And she like ended up getting into shape and everything. And I don't know what the name of the movie is, but if you just look up Sydney Sweeney boxing movie, I'm actually pretty excited for that one. I think it's coming out next year.
Yeah, I've seen some set photos of that, and I'm like, and I saw how she got in shape, and I'm like, bro, what?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because when we say shape, we don't mean she just went to the gym for a couple weeks. Like she legit got in shape.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
that's
insane.
It was dedication, I'll tell you that. Huge dedication. Just like Charlize Theron when she played Eileen Wuornos in Monster. A lot of dedication.
That movie's something, dude.
Dude, I mean, I like, how can you take Charlize Theron, one of the most beautiful women in history, and make her look undoable?
My top three women in films nowadays: Sydney Sweeney, Margaret Qualley, and Catherine.
Margaret Qualley.
Yeah, Margaret Qualley. Yeah.
Margaret Qualley.
I couldn't take my eyes off of her in The Substance.
I loved her in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Ironically enough, Sydney Sweeney was in that one too.
She was not a huge role either, but and then Kevin Smith's daughter was in that too, Harley Quinn Smith.
Yep, that's right. I find it so funny. There were quite a bit of actors that were in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood that are in so many like big movies right now.
Oh yeah.
We had freaking Austin Butler in that film. He was just an Elvis in The Bike Riders.
I really liked The Bike Riders a lot. I
never seen it.
Honestly, out of all the movies that have come out this year, why is nobody talking about The Bike Riders?
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, it's funny because I mean, it did well. It did fine. Like, it didn't like break the budget or anything, but it got good reviews from critics and audiences. A lot of people were. I actually think it's one of Tom Hardy's best performances.
I have a friend that said the film was good, but not very rewatchable. He said that Tom Hardy switched accents like 3 times.
He did, but I think that's just kind of a Tom Hardy thing. So
it's
I
a
just
Tom
kind of
Hardy
like
thing. So it's like I don't have a problem with it.
He keeps it in the Venom films.
but I think like it worked for his character because they explained that Tom Hardy's character Johnny kind of looks up to like people like Marlon Brando. Because I remember when I watched it, I'm like, Tom Hardy's giving a very Marlon Brando-esque performance, and then literally 5 minutes after I thought that, it shows him watching Marlon Brando on a TV show, and it showed that like it showed that his character Johnny was like big on Humphrey Bogart, Marlon Brando. So it's almost kind of like in every other scene he's like trying to like act like a different actor that he admires in a way, because he's basically just putting on a performance, if that makes sense. He's giving a performance of a guy that's putting on a performance, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think he did a fantastic job with that. I mean, who else is in there? I mean, you got fucking Mike Faced, who was also in Challengers.
Yeah, Jodie Comer.
I like Jodie Comer.
I think Jodie Comer might have delivered her best performance yet, in my opinion, in the Bike Riders.
That was really good.
I mean, I love her in The Last Duel, but I think the Bike Riders might be her best work.
I liked her in Free Guy.
I love Free Guy.
Free Guy is so funny.
It is.
We need that sequel.
Dude, Austin Butler, though. Austin freaking Butler. How can I forget Doom Part 2? He was the best part of that movie.
Part 2, yeah.
Dude, Austin Butler has been, ever since he played Elvis, just right up there. And I thought he was great as Elvis. I mean, you know, it's funny because I remember like when Austin Butler was announced as Elvis, because I'm a big Elvis fan too, I was like, okay, like why does this guy look so familiar? And then I would look, and he was like in a lot of like Nickelodeon and Disney shows. He was in episodes of iCarly. He was on Hannah Montana, and I'm like, dude, he was on Zoe 101, and I'm like, dude, what is up with all these Disney and Nickelodeon actors that like actually showcase that they're good actors?
Yeah, like and I think anytime I rewatched Elvis, Austin Butler not only got Elvis voice down to a T, but he got the movements on stage down perfectly.
Oh, dude, there were moments in the movie where it would show him from a distance where I was like, is that Austin or is that actually Elvis?
I mean, he actually looks a lot like Elvis Presley when you really think about it. Like
he does. I think he
does
did
look a lot
really
like
good.
Elvis Presley.
Yeah, no, I like that. I really like that. I remember I took my mom to go see it. I really liked Elvis, even though, you know, I did think like the movie what Tom Hanks was kind of over the top as Colonel Tom Parker. But if you've actually seen interviews with the real Colonel Tom Parker, it is pretty accurate for the most part. But it was still just kind of weird the way they did it.
Yeah, but it is what it is. I mean, I think Tom Hanks was still really good in it though.
He's Tom Hanks.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't go wrong with that. I just think honestly, my only little nitpick with it, I think the film does get a little bit lost at times with its style.
Yes.
Like, because there are times where I think it's trying to be a little too stylistic.
Yeah, because who was the director again? It was Baz Luhrmann.
Yep, Baz Luhrmann.
Yeah, I think
he's very much so style over substance.
Yes, absolutely. Especially like in his Romeo and Juliet movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. That was
definitely also with The Great Gatsby, also with Leo.
Yeah, well, because it's one of those things where, like, on a visual standpoint, he gets it down to a T. From the visuals, from the way the movie looks. I mean, that's an A+.
Editing style.
Oh no, that's all perfect. It's just the stories themselves. That's where he loses, because he also writes all of his movies too. That's where he loses me.
But I think with like the second half of Elvis, that's where I think his storytelling aspects start to really pick up a lot of steam.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
It's the second half, because the first half of the film, not to say it's like horrendous by any stretch, because I'm still in love with the film as it's going on. The first half is definitely more of a style, like a director's stylized version of Elvis.
Yes.
Like I never think of like directors being like, "Hey, look how good I am. I'm the greatest director of all time," you know? Something like that. Like if I say something like that about a director who's trying to show some style, I would actually kind of consider myself borderline rude.
Right, fair enough.
Because it's like
all directors have style. Like, any director can have their own style, and it's not really going to matter to me. I mean,
that's right. Yep.
I'm trying to think. Like, I'm trying to think of like a certain director who David Ayer. Like, David Ayer has his own style and flavor.
Yeah.
So
definitely really big into like crime and gangster action films.
The Beekeeper.
His last film before The Beekeeper, The Tax Collector, one of the worst films I've ever seen.
That movie's dog shit.
and it's crazy because I own it. It's got Shia LaBeouf actually got the real tattoos on his chest for the movie.
What's another director of Radio Silence, like the Radio Silence guys, the guys that did Abigail, like
they also did, and then
I love Abigail.
They did Hellbound. They did a couple good films.
I enjoyed Abigail thanks to this guy right here.
Yep. I showed him that movie, and it is so much fun.
She stole the show. Alicia Weir stole the entire show.
Abso-freaking-lutely, dude.
As well.
Yep, Catherine Newton.
Scream Queen, and then Dan Stevens. I mean, gotta love Dan Stevens.
If you guys have seen Cuckoo, then you guys know that man is on a hell of a roll this year.
I actually got to meet Catherine Newton last year at New York Comic Con.
Oh, hell yeah, brother!
Next time I see her, I'm gonna say, "Oh, you made a good vampire."
There was another YouTuber that got to meet her. It was Jacob Hubbard, if you guys know him.
Yep, he's one of my good buddies.
Yeah, he's awesome. I've always wanted to do like a live stream with him.
Once, but twice.
And he made her laugh. That was like his big accomplishment, that he made her laugh.
Yeah, and he's told me some stories. I'll just say that much. He's told me some stories that actually made my. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty heartwarming when he told me those. Like,
yeah. No, I was. It was cool when I discovered Jacob. I discovered him from his Moonfall movie review. If you guys remember Moonfall.
Oh Christ, that movie!
I never seen that film.
It's not great. Roland Emmerich.
It's hilarious to me. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, like the first piece of dialogue is about deciphering the lyrics to Toto's Africa.
Fuck that.
It's dumb. And then what's his face? John Bradley from Game of Thrones. Like he played like why? How come every Roland Emmerich film always has like that nerdy guy with glasses who's a conspiracy theorist that like runs around with papers saying this is happening? It's like same with Stargate, same with Godzilla 98, same with Independence Day. It's like, does he's basically the German Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Basically. In a way. Well, anyways, guys, I know I said I was going to go 30 minutes ago, but I kind of have a problem when it comes to talking with movies.
Yeah. Oh, I got to show you guys. I got to show you guys before. I guess I don't know who's going to end the stream here.
I'll still keep going. I mean, I'm not really tired or anything.
Okay. I picked up some stuff on the Criterion sale.
Ooh.
Yeah. You gotta make that one quick because
David Lynch Blue. Oh, that's a good one.
I never seen it.
Good ass movie.
Dennis Hopper is insane. Classic.
Princess Bride, which I never seen.
Anybody want a pinner?
And David Cronenberg's Videodrome.
Ooh,
which is my favorite Cronenberg movie.
Oh, dude, that Videodrome is probably my favorite James Woods performance.
It's mine for sure.
And that when he plays himself in Family Guy, but other than that, I love James Woods.
Me too.
I like that the Princess Bride thing is it's like a digibook.
It's a book, yeah.
Which is cool.
Oh, dude, I think you're gonna really like Princess Bride, man. Cary Elwes, that's his iconic performance.
And also the trio of Mandy Patinkin, Wallace Shawn, and Andre the Giant.
Oh, dude, Wallace Shawn, love the guy.
And Fred Savage is in the movie, in which they parodied it in Once Upon a Deadpool.
Yes, sir.
That's right. I completely forgot about that. Oh, that's a good collection. Well, anyways, guys, thank you so much for having me. Luke, thank you for sending me that request. It was fun to talk. I didn't even realize I've been on here for 2 hours now.
Yeah.
But hey, it's all right, man. Just
good
and I hope to get you on my my live show here pretty soon. I would like to
talk with you a little bit more on the subject.
Yeah, man, definitely. Yeah, definitely, man. You can hit me up on Instagram if you need my personal number. I can give that to you, man. Definitely reach out to me. Let's definitely do stuff together.
Awesome, man, and it was very very awesome to finally get to talk to you.
Absolutely. So, well, Luke, I will definitely be seeing you soon, and Michael, it was great to meet you, and I'll see you guys again soon.
See you later, man.
See you later, man.
Bye.
Yeah, you got some good ones. But I was gonna show you my criterions. I have, so I'm gonna try to rush through them, but I have a lot.
Oh wow, let's see them.
All right, so, and I want you, before I start though, guess what order they are in.
No particular order.
No.
Alphabetical order.
Nope. Spine number order. Anytime I show off criterions, even in the Blu-ray halls, they're always in the spine number order. So here we go. Got Alfred Hitchcock's The Lady Vanishes, one of his earlier films. This is from the 1938. That is spine number 3. Spine number 56. Speaking of Alfred Hitchcock, The 39 Steps.
Nice.
Which is actually one of my favorites of his. Spine number 57, we have Charade. Definitely looks kind of Hitchcockian right here.
It does from the cover.
Great movie though. That's absolutely one of my favorites. I mean, hell, quite a bit of these films on Criterion are actually a lot of these are actually some of my favorites. So this is why I'm happy Criterion exists. For spine number 58, we have Peeping Tom. That's not one of my favorites, but it's still good nonetheless.
That's a very controversial film.
Spine number 65, Rushmore. One of my favorite Wes Anderson films.
Never seen it.
Spine number 63, Carnival of Souls. Spine number 89, Sisters, Brian De Palma film. Not the Tina Fey comedy.
Which I want to see that. I want to see Sisters.
It's the which one? The Brian De Palma one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was filmed out here on Staten Island.
Okay. Yeah. The Amy Poehler Tina Fey comedy's okay, but watch this one though. Watch this. I
don't know if that's a remake of that.
It's not. No.
It's its own thing.
It's its own thing. Anyways, spine number 133, we have The Vanishing. Spine number 182, Straw Dogs. This is the original one. This is the original. Spine number 221, Ikiru by Akira Kurosawa. One of Straw Dogs and Ikiru are also amongst my favorites of all time. Like, those are incredible films. Spine number 226, one of the ones I purchased yesterday at the time of streaming, Onibaba. This is a Japanese horror film. Then spine number 248, we were just talking about it.
Videodrome.
My favorite Cronenberg movie.
I'll check it
and
out.
Also, not just one of my favorite horror films, but one of my favorite movies.
I'll check
spine
it out.
number 2. Yep, spine number 260, Eyes Without a Face. This is a French film. Ikiru is also Japanese, by the way. Spine number 300, The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. My least favorite Wes Anderson movie. Spine number 374, Bicycle Thieves. This is an Italian film. And again, I'm only going to preface the language just so I can get this fucker over here more into foreign cinema.
I don't know.
I'm telling you, dude. Spine number 381, La Haine. This one is a French movie. Spine number 504, we have Hunger from Steve McQueen. To clarify, the Steve McQueen that directed 12 Years a Slave. Spine number 536, The Thin Red Line. Spy number 562, Blowout.
Great movie.
Spy number 565, The Great Dictator. Charlie Chaplin classic. And can we kind of agree though that he looks like Hitler with this?
It does.
But again, comedy. Spy number 575, The Killing, directed by Stanley Kubrick.
I've never seen that.
Spy number 591, another one of my all-time favorites, 12 Angry Men. Spy number 596, Three Outlaw Samurai. This is another Japanese samurai flick. Spy number 600, now we're going to the 600s. Anatomy of a Murder. Spy number 611, Being John Malkovich.
I saw that at my Barnes & Noble. I was thinking about picking it up, and I never seen the film, though.
Incredible movie, but it is weird. It's weird. Spy number 616, Shallow Grave. I think that was Danny Boyle's first movie. Spy number 627, we have The Game from David Fincher.
I've heard about that film.
Great film, but tacked on ending.
Uh-oh. So I'm taking over Luke's stream now. So how you doing, guys? So welcome to the Michael 101591 stream.
Somebody tried calling me.
Oh.
So that cut my connection.
Oh, wow.
So my apologies.
There you go. I was just about to take over the stream and keep everyone entertained until you came back.
Yeah, you're not doing that. You're not doing this. You're not doing that unless it's your own channel.
Yeah, I know.
Spy number 638, we have Following, the very first ever Christopher Nolan film. It's a really great, like, little time capsule kind of movie. Few too many twists, though. Spy number 666, fitting for the title, The Devil's Backbone.
What a coincidence.
Spanish film from Guillermo del Toro. That's actually my favorite movie of his. Spy number 667. I think you can probably guess what this one is.
Seconds.
Yes, sir. Thank you for sending me that.
You're welcome.
Spy number 691.
Make that watch along.
Maybe within the next week we might do it.
Okay.
Because I also still want to make some time to do The Crow.
So yeah, Jared, if you're watching,
put my finger up for that one. The original one.
Yeah. So Jared, if you're watching, he's gonna probably make it in the week.
So, Spy number 691, we have Thief from Michael Mann, starring the late great James Caan. Rest in peace.
Good actor.
Spy number 700, also just got this yesterday. Got Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Never seen.
Spy number 725, we have Eraserhead from David Lynch.
Heard good things about it.
Spy number 745, we have Don't Look Now from director Nicholas Roeg. Also starring the late great Donald Sutherland. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Spy number 770, another Brian De Palma film, Dressed to Kill. Basic concept about this movie. A serial killer dressed as a woman.
Wow.
Yeah. Weird movie. Spy number 777, we have The Brood. David Cronenberg movie that is very batshit crazy. Spy number 779, Mulholland Drive, of a David Lynch movie.
I saw that at my Barnes & Noble as well.
That's the 4K, by the way. The one that I have right there is the 4K.
I think they had the 4K there.
Yep. Spy number 794, we have Inside Llewyn Davis. It's a Coen Brothers movie. All right, on to the next stack. It's the last stack, by the way. It's 2 stacks.
Okay.
Spy number 833, we have Cat People. That's the 1942 version of Cat People. Spy number 842, we have Akira Kurosawa's Dreams. Of course, if you could get a guess, it's the Japanese film. Then we have Spy number 897, Barry Lyndon, also from Stanley Kubrick. Very good movie. Too long, but very good movie. Spy number 898, we have Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me. Fritzky has been on my ass about watching Twin Peaks.
I want to watch Twin Peaks. It's on my watch list.
I have the complete collection, so I really have no excuse not to do it.
I need to get the complete collection.
Then we have Spy number 909, Night of the Living Dead.
Such a hilarious film when you watch it nowadays.
I still think it holds up perfectly, in my opinion. I think it holds up.
I remember watching it. I was just like laughing at it.
Next we have Spy number 975 in Funny Games. This is a German film. Then we have Spy number 977. Show this off. Also, Blue Velvet. Then we have Spy number 984 with 1984.
Which I have also. And still have yet to watch.
Spy number 1007, Until the End of the World. From Wim Wenders. This is probably the longest film I have in my collection. It is nearly 5 hours.
Holy.
And I've gotten through it in one sitting.
What?
Yeah.
That's like a part-time job. That's like 5 hours.
Hey, but at least it's better than going to work.
Yeah. But it's like, like sitting a whole full like part-time work day just watching the film.
But like I said, though, better than going to work.
Mm-hmm.
Spy number 1011, we have Failsafe. From the director of 12 Angry Men. Funnily enough, I watched that and Oppenheimer in the same day. Spy number 1023.
That Until the End of the World film, does that have William Hurt in it?
Yes.
I can tell because I looked it up.
Yeah. Spy number 1023, European film called The Cremator. Spy number 1051, The Elephant Man. Spy number 1058, The Irishman.
Oh, that's a long film.
3.5 hours. It's worth it though. It's worth it. It's the same thing with Killers of the Flower Moon. It's around that time, but it's worth it. Spy number 1073, Memories of Murder. Spy number 1075, Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Classic.
Spy number 1086, Deep Cover. I'm not going to read the spy numbers anymore. That's taking too much time. Got Miller's Crossing. Double Indemnity. Pink Flamingos. Weird ass movie. The Worst Person in the World. Devil in a Blue Dress. Drive My Car. Sound of Metal. Eve's Bayou. Cure. The Power of the Dog. The Oscar darling, by the way. Inland Empire. Triangle of Sadness. Targets, After Hours, The Others. We got Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Train Spotting. This is the 4K. You couldn't tell because of the packaging.
Nice.
Anatomy of a Fall. A little bit piece of plastic on there. What the hell? It's weird. All right. 4 more. Got Perfect Days, Risky Business, Demon Pond, and Gummo. All right. Got a lot of them, but yeah, I got to end this off, though. I got to get going. So,
all right, man.
Nice little 3 hours went by, which I'm happy about. So, thank you to everybody that came. Thank you, Michael, also for joining.
You're welcome.
And yeah,
see
you guys next time.
This was one of the best streams ever.
All right. Catch you guys next time. Peace out.
See you, man.